All right, we're live. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another Ragnarok Patreon game. Today, we are playing Eclipse Phase 2nd Edition. This adventure is called Acrimony. It is the scenario that comes with the quick start rules, because I didn't want to write one. So, why don't we have our characters introduce themselves?
This is Steve, and I'll be playing Chi, the mind hacker social networker. I was born on Mars, where I was assigned male at birth, pre-fall. And since then, I've been tooling around, doing a lot of shit with people's minds.
Yeah.
This is Chad. I'll be playing the arachnoid morph, Amal. He used to be a brinker. He was working on an asteroid as an indentured worker, and they just kind of left him there when the asteroid got mined out, and they said, okay, you have your freedom. And we had to get ourselves off the rock and everything. I had an uncle. My real name isn't Amal. I had an uncle named Amal, and one of the last things before I left, he gave me a pair of shock gloves and told me to treasure them. My real name is Amir Sekatui. And I'm a fork of the original.
All right.
I guess I'll go since Eric just gave up. Hi everybody. I'm Ryan. I'm going to be playing Sfafa. She is. I'm assuming because it appears that she's in a female morph, but it doesn't say her pronouns or their pronouns. I don't know.
Up to you.
So Svafa, it was a postdoc doing research on Titan's methane lakes, and then after the fall became a detective because she discovered that it was nearly impossible to get tenure at a major university. One of her former professors recruited her to Firewall because apparently she's one of those weird sociopaths that likes puzzles. And she has since then devoted herself to being a detective with the science police as part of the Titanian Commonwealth, and also being a Firewall agent on the side.
All right.
Oh.
It's you.
You interrupted me. I was hurt.
I was introducing you.
I want to introduce me.
Next up is Eric.
Without further ado, Eric.
This is Eric.
I'm Eric. Hooray!
He's Eric.
I'm playing.
He's playing Najal, a burb.
Wait a minute.
Anarchist hacker / pilot.
Hold on now. The Jal, I guess. Jal? I don't know how I would pronounce it.
I think it would be Nyal.
Nyal.
Nyal,
Right.
probably.
I hatched in a Titanian aviary, part of a science ministry uplift project. I can't read today. Upon adulthood, I ditched my body and left Titan for the excitement of anarchist space. Oh, I should mention I'm a digital bird. With my skills flying ships and running infosec, someone always gives me server space. I've sleeved all kinds of ships. I've achieved some wicked hacks. And Firewall recruited me through Magnus Ming, my favorite professor at Titan Autonomous University, before I got bored and left. But when he offered membership in a society that, quote-unquote, tackles challenging puzzles, I was eager. Flying and solving puzzles are what Ravens do best.
All right. So we've got our Digiburb and everyone else.
Yeah!
For convenience sake, we're going to start with you guys all on a Mars. You are each contacted via the mesh by your firewall proxy, Eludere, and you are given an invitation in a coded message with a link to a simulspace. So when you click the link, you are loaded into a virtual conference room.
Do I have to click it, or can I just enter it?
Well, you still have to accept it. It doesn't just automatically pull you into the conference room because you're an infomorph.
You walk up to the URL and it gives you a warm hug.
Yeah.
Yay. I hug it purple.
I refuse to accept. I'm watching football right now.
Well, in that case, it pulls you in by itself.
Oh.
So you guys are loaded into a conference room. There's a small circular table with 5 seats. There is an 8-bit potted plant in the corner.
Mine a perch?
Sure, you can have a perch. So you don't have a chair, you have a perch. And floating above the table is a map of a model of a black carbonaceous rock that you can all easily identify as an asteroid. And sitting in one of the seats already is your proxy Eludere. They gesture for you all to take seats or a perch.
A perch?
All right, everyone. This is an emergency investigation. 10 days ago, Chi here was delivering a payoff to a contact, a triad boss by the name of Mariposa Chen. She was instrumental in a mission. She knows of Firewall, but is not a trusted asset. She currently resides on a mid-sized asteroid called Kongyun, and Eludere gestures to the model floating above the table. We know Chi arrived on the station, but then disappeared. For what it's worth, Mariposa reports that they never made contact. Chi, of course, is back here with us, re-sleeved from the backup they left before departing.
I wave.
I look over at Chi and I summon up a digital beer and I pour one out for Chi.
Kongyun used to be a Fajing mine. It's mostly abandoned now, except for a Fajing outpost called Lion at one end, and scavengers and miners pulled off old Fajing equipment at the other.
Well, that's crazy.
The Lion project doesn't seem dangerous to Firewall, but it's well protected, so it's probably best you give it space. It's possible Mariposa knows something she isn't revealing, so you might want to start there. Whatever the cause, we need to determine what happened to our Sentinel while continuing to protect Firewall operations and secrecy. Firewall has no other assets or stake in this habitat, so you're authorized to act as you see fit. Now, I've arranged transit for you aboard a fast supply shuttle named the Red Coronet, which is leaving from the spaceport in 2 hours. At Kongyun, you'll be at the Best Rest Motel. The 5-star hotels are all booked. So you'll notice on your maps, we've marked a hidden scratch space of gear that you can access in emergency. And suddenly you all have maps of the asteroid downloaded to you. Kongyun has tight security checks, so no weapons, fabbers, or combat morphs will be permitted past immigration. Pack appropriately, folks. That also means we will not be smuggling in a new payment to Mariposa. If she never got it, we'll arrange something in a month. Don't let her distract you from your mission. Any questions?
Smuggling.
What'd you say, Eric?
But I do so love smuggling.
Especially when it's guns.
I like weapons.
Well, you could start smuggling things in, Nyal, when you have hands to do it.
We always have to discriminate against those without hands.
Any questions?
So I was just dropping off a payment.
Yes, you were making a payment to Mariposa for her help with something called Operation Earwig. It's a bit above your pay grade.
Okay.
The payment that we gave you was inside a secure metal briefcase.
Is Earwig a continuing concern? Could it have been the reason I was...
No.
Okay. All right.
Any other questions?
So our main objective is just to find out what happened to poor Chi's dead fork.
Yes, find out what happened to the previous instantation of Chi, and if possible, get Mariposa her payments. Theoretically, the case is still somewhere on the asteroid, but don't let her derail you from the mission of finding out what happened to Chi.
And if we find out that Mariposa had something to do with my disappearance, we deal with it?
Use your discretion.
All right. Did I provide any type of sit rep while I was on the station, or
you sent a contact that you arrived and checked into the hotel? It's the same one.
Okay.
That's the last we heard from you.
All right.
She was sent in alone last time?
Yes, as far as we knew, there was nothing strange about this installation. He was just delivering a package. Or she. Are you he or she?
I think I'm a he right now.
Okay.
Okay, so
do I know if I was wearing this body when I went?
We do not know.
Well, wouldn't I know? Because I was like,
let me double check.
was I wearing this body when I last backed up?
No, you were not.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, presumably the body you wore there is either still on station or,
No, I mean, well, I just mean like, was this body, regenerated using the same design?
same DNA.
Yeah, no, it's a new body for you.
Okay.
And you have no recollection of the mission. You backed up before you were even given the mission, so you have no recollection of any briefing or anything you had.
Did I give Firewall any indication of what cover I would be using for this operation?
No, but she provides you with covers, which I don't know why that wasn't in the briefing section. You are being given covers as scrap dealers, I believe. Let me double check.
I'm not.
Yes. You are provided with fake identities as scrap resellers.
Okay.
So you can come up with whatever your fake names are, too.
Name generator.
All right.
All right.
I know sci-fi literature, so my cover ID is going to be Woodrow Wilson Smith.
What does that have to do with sci-fi literature?
That's Lazarus Long's real name.
Oh.
Sure.
Okay. Eludere looks at you all. Well, if there are no other questions, then you have a shift to catch. Good luck. And she blinks out.
Can you believe what she said about the hands thing?
That
It
was
brag on me.
that was totally humanocentric. I apologize for our proxy there.
I don't have true hands either. Just claw-like appendages.
That's why I can't wear my shock gloves. All right, so you all meet in person on the Red Coronet, which is the shuttle. You're the only ones here. It's an AI-piloted shuttle. It's a dumb AI, not an uplifted AI. Neal's not an AI. It's not an AGI. It's just a regular old AI piloting the shuttle. And you are the only ones on it. So I will let you guys decide if you have worked together before or if you're all meeting each other for the first time.
Well, I feel like if you guys are all local, I'm from Titan. So, is anybody else from Titan?
I was. Hold on. Lost my thing. I was hatched in a titanium aviary.
All right, so maybe Niall and I have worked together before.
I'm from the outer system.
Yeah, you all have Titan roots.
Okay.
I just didn't start you on Titan because it'd take a lot longer to get from Titan to the belt than... Actually, it's not... I don't think it's a belt asteroid, come to think of it.
I think it's probably an outer solar system asteroid, so we probably were on Titan.
Yeah, all right, so you were on Titan. That's fine. Yeah, so there's a few holes every once in a while. Yeah, so you guys leave from Titan. It's still going to be about a day's trip. There's a fabber on board the shuttle, so you can make food and whatnot. And you guys can do some research if you want before you leave. You could get to know each other, or what would you like to do?
I guess I'm going to do some research into this asteroid we're going to. What was it called again?
Kyongyun, Kongyun, and there's an apostrophe over the U.
Okay.
So roll research.
See what I can find. Thank God I'm a graduate student. And I got a 19 out of 70.
19. All right, so that's just a basic success. So you know that Kyongyun used to be a Fajing mining asteroid. It is a long-term outer system asteroid. So when it was reaching its aphelion, it's the Fajing rushed there to start mining it. It's a basalt asteroid. I'm sorry, it's perihelion. That's the close part of its big elliptical orbit. So Fajing went in and they mined some aluminum, oxygen, and phosphorus. That took they got a few years, but now the majority of the work has shut down because the asteroid's on its way back out to the deep dark of the system. It is not a huge space. It's about 9 kilometers in each dimension. And it has 3 conjoined beehive habitats now. So there's Kyongyun Spaceports, which is gradually being scrapped as Fajing pulls its operations out of there. There's the Lion installation, which Aludere mentioned. You don't know what that is. It's a Fajing thing, but you don't know what it is. And there's New City, which is the main colony. So after the work was done, the Fajing gave, because most of the miners were indentures, much like a mall, they gave them the option of you can have your freedom and stay here and make a colony out of this place. And about 2,000 people did. So there used to be about 8,000 miners. Now they're down to 2,000 people living in New City.
Okay.
So you also know there's lots of tunnels. Some of them are public, some are private, some were from mining, some are just to get around. Sometimes they're in vacuum, sometimes they have mesh access, sometimes they don't, sometimes they have heat, sometimes they don't. It's a little spotty once you leave the main living areas of like New City.
Okay.
There are trams, or there is a tram that can get you from one installation to the other, which takes about 40 minutes. The local economy is not great. The fabricators that are still there still have Fajing's DRM management on them, so there's lots of goods that they just can't fab. So they make things by hand. There's no weapons allowed on the station, which is why you're not supposed to be bringing any. There is a triad presence, which is what the woman that Chi was paying off.
Okay. And I remember you said something in the briefing about they're unloading equipment from they're like smuggling out mining equipment.
No, they're not smuggling out. Fajing is abandoning the station.
Oh,
so they're just
like in the process.
Unloading. Yeah,
gotcha.
They've shut down the mine and they've moved most of the people off. So there's about 2,000 people left in New City, and then there's a few dozen or so Fajing employees who are gradually pulling out the last of the equipment and everything that they left behind.
The valuable,
everything they don't want to leave behind. Yeah,
the valuable company property as opposed to the 2,000 citizens.
Well, those people elected to stay.
Stay behind, yeah. All right. Cool.
All right. Anyone else?
Yeah, Alex.
Yes.
You said we should pose as scrap traders?
Yes. Aludere gave you covers as scrap resellers. Okay.
So are they buying or are they selling on the station?
might be able to
Little of each.
make a research check, yeah. Or how would you want to find out?
I've got Comet Miner as knowledge.
Yeah,
Maybe
sure,
I
you can
know,
definitely use that.
you know, at what point the mining is. Maybe they're trying to get rid of some surplus equipment.
Sure.
Or maybe they
You
need
could use
some-
Comet Mining. I would take, if you have an applicable rep that you want to use.
Okay, well, Comet Miner is at 55, so I'll try it.
All right, yeah, sure.
Nope. 81.
Nope. Yeah, asteroid mining and comet mining, they're different. They're different beasts.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Anyone else want to do anything before you head out?
So, am I just staying digital for this, or are we getting me a body? What do we need?
Well, if we were getting you a body, I think we should have gotten one before we left Titan. It seems like the Fabbers on station are all Feijing issue, and we may have trouble getting anything, including morphs.
Well, I mean, we just have to find. I mean, it depends on how the mission ends up going, I would say, because if we find opposition, then we can just take their body. And I've already booked time on the Ego Bridge on the station, so we can use that.
I'm pretty sure they changed it so that they don't have the gear breakdown, but considering that an Ego Bridge is in your gear, I'm assuming it's something more portable.
It's portable? Okay.
So, at least for the sake of this adventure, it's something that you can carry with you.
Okay, yeah, because I was just interpreting that as maybe I have time on Ego Bridges all over.
Yeah, I don't think... From reading the synopsis, it doesn't sound like there's much of a resleeving facility here.
Okay.
There is a basic forecasting facility in the spaceport.
Okay, well then I'll recommend that and say, well, I have an Ego Bridge, so if the opportunity arises, we can make that happen.
All right.
And we have Ectos, I believe.
Yes, I know at least like 2 or 3 of you have Ectos, which are basically handheld computers, more or less, and they can store an ego. So if you needed to, y'all could download themselves onto one of your Ectos.
And also, I tell Nyal that I do have Puppet Sock installed in case you need the actual physical presence.
So that means Eric, if Chad lets you, or even if he doesn't let you, you can take over his body and use his morph.
Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you'd probably have to. I guess it would depend. Since Niall doesn't currently have access to the puppet sock, you'd have to let them, or Niall would have to hack you.
Yeah, it would be a very long contested action if I'm remembering the rules from first edition right.
Yeah. Amal, are you he, she, they, it?
Well, I am kind of an ascetic, and I prefer asexual morphs, so I'm either way or neither, actually.
Okay. And Nya, what about you?
I'm a he.
He, okay. He-burb. All right, so you guys finally set out. The red coronet takes off. You strap in for the high G burn. And once you break Titan's gravity, it's smooth sailing. Like I said, it takes about a day to get to the asteroid. Looking at the wrong sheet. There we go. So, after about 23 hours or so, the AI on the ship informs you that you are approaching your destination and that it will be visible soon. So is there anything you would like to do on the ship?
Can I see if I can figure out what morph Chi was wearing when he disappeared?
Not now. You'd have to be on the station to access its mesh.
Okay.
You're not close enough for that yet.
Can I
The
ping...
mesh here is not great. You have to be on the station to get its mesh.
Okay. Can I ping my rep networks to see if I sent out any requests while I was on station?
Sure.
Maybe knowledge rep nets?
Is that something you have?
Yeah.
Okay, sure, yeah. Roll that.
All right. I'm going to roll in Discord. And I got a 94 out of 60.
No.
So a failure, but not a
Yes.
serious failure or whatever that was.
No, I don't.
Wait, is it a serious failure?
Okay, that time I muted myself. Now can you hear me?
Yeah.
Because I tapped the button and I thought I muted myself, so I hit it again to see if I had muted myself, and then I muted myself. Yeah. I don't believe you rolled you rolled over a 66 though.
Yeah. So is that?
I'm checking. I hate these things. If you roll a 66 or less, that fails. No, so you just got a regular failure.
Yeah.
Okay. So no, you don't find anything about any pings you might have made.
Okay.
It's not, you son of a bitch, I told you never to come back to this station. I'll be waiting for you.
Yeah, it's just, who are you?
No one.
Okay. I will say, if you guys want, you could try to scan the asteroid. The ship does have sensors. Someone would have to make an interfacing check if you wanted to try that.
I nominate the burb.
Yeah, I'm pretty decent at that.
Yeah.
All right. So make an interfacing check.
All right, let me get to our server here.
Is there a help action?
Usually, yeah, I'll say if you do it, you give them a plus. If you help them, you give them a plus 10.
Yeah,
You
because I've got a 40 in interface.
Okay, so you're helping y'all.
Yeah, and I'm gonna myself look for because I have knowledge in security. I'm gonna check out the maybe weaponry, rockets, whatever they may have for security on the outer.
Yes, you can roll that. And Niall, you get a plus 10 to your skill.
Okay, so then I got a 59 out of 60.
Okay, so you just made it. That's a good success. So you see, as you approach, so you got a superior success. So as you approach, you can see the asteroid looks exactly like the model that you saw above the table in the symbol space. But you can see the ports. That's the docking ports. There's 3 of them. And you see there's a few minor surface installations. There also seem to be 8 small satellites orbiting the facility. You can also tell from the scans that the asteroid is heavily mined and geologically unstable. And you also get that there are tunnels and pockets of vacuum that are not listed on the maps that you have.
Oh. What are those, I wonder? Is there any way for me to look further into what that stuff is?
What stuff?
The stuff that wasn't on the maps.
It's not stuff. It's more tunnels. You can try, if you make another interfacing check. You could try to add them to your map. Like take the data and add it to your map that you have.
Sure, it could be useful.
Yeah.
You don't get the plus 10 this time because Amal's working on his own thing.
Nope. 64 out of 50.
Yeah. Okay. So you can't add it to your map, and that's a superior failure.
So it's a really good one. So I do that.
Yeah. No. So you can't add it to your map. So you know they're there, but you don't know exactly where they are.
They're mocking me.
Yes. All right, Amal, what did you get?
I got a 19 on my knowledge security.
Okay. So looking at the same data that Niall was just bringing in,
Out of 80, I should say.
You don't see any sort of defensive weapons. You don't know what those satellites do, but they're not kill sats.
Okay.
You don't see. It seems like they're at least from this far out. Actually, that's not true. You see on the side where the Lion installation is, There do seem to be some mounted sentry guns there, especially on the airlocks, to stop people from breaking in. But it's not like a super secure, like they're going to shoot you out of space. They're very close range weapons.
I love it when things aren't kill sacks.
Sats. Kill sats.
Kill sacks.
I hate you.
It's like a murderous saxophone.
I will point the security out and where it's more concentrated, where the triad is. Right, the lion facility.
Okay, do any of you have any nanofabricators as part of your gear?
No, I have a scout swarm, but that's all I got as far as nanotech.
I have a maker.
Oh no, I do have a maker too.
Yeah, so your maker's going to have to stay on the ship.
They don't allow that?
No.
That's backwards.
Actually, no. It says nano hives, not the makers. Oh no, such as nanofabricators. Sorry. You can bring them with you, but they'll be confiscated.
All right, I'll leave mine on the ship then.
Yeah, me too.
No weapons either. So if you have any weapons, you have to leave them behind.
Sure.
Or you could try to sneak them in.
Yeah, I don't have. I have a medium railgun pistol and nothing like a skin pocket or anything like that. So.
It would be an infiltration test at -30 to try to sneak it in.
Let me see. How's my infiltration? My infiltration is non-existent, so no, I'm going to leave my gun.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have infiltration either.
I could do it, but I'd be rolling at 30.
Yeah, it defaults to reflex.
I don't have infiltration, and also I'm not physical.
Yeah.
You can bring all the guns you want.
Yeah. So Niall, how are you traveling right now? You're still going to have to go through a customs scan, so to speak. They're going to want to make sure you're not carrying any super deadly programs with you before you're given access to the public mesh.
Am I carrying any super deadly programs with me?
Let me check. I don't think so. Encryption, exploit app, fake ego ID, NatBots. No.
Oh.
I could upload you into my servitor bot if you want to be able to move around on your own.
you could put Niall in your creepy.
How many wings does it have?
Or a creepy. I have a creepy or a servitor.
Oh, you've got both?
Yeah.
For now, can I just ride along in someone's equipment or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I'll put you in my ecto. Because I have no gun skill, but you have gun skill. So if shit goes down, I'm uploading you into something to take over somebody's gun.
Leave it to the Cyberbird to be good at guns.
Yep. Okay, so you disembark from your ship in the New City port, and you are ushered into their customs area. You have to go through a full deep body scan. Picture the TSA at the airport dialed to 11. So it's like a T-ray scan that goes through your body. They also give you a chemical sniffer and a nano sniffer scan to make sure that you're not carrying anything.
You guys and your bodies.
The ship, you have the ship for 4 days. The ship, so anytime between now and then, you can go back to the ship and stow your gear there. But it will be leaving in 4 days.
All right.
Unless we hack it.
Yes. So right as you get through customs, and you make your way through into the main body of the port, and it's pretty quiet. There are people around, but it's not you guys are used to Titan, which is a pretty busy and bustling place. This is quiet. There don't seem to be any other ships coming in. You see a few people in gray coveralls walking around. The lighting here is spotty. The air is a little stale. You definitely feel like you're inside an asteroid. It's also microgravity, so you're floating around.
All right. I guess in that case, maybe we should check into this motel that you were staying at, Chi, and see. Maybe we could get the same room that you were staying in.
Sounds like a good start.
Okay. So you guys check your maps. You know where the hotel is, and you start bouncing your way down the halls towards it.
Before we show up there, can I research to see what morph Chi was wearing when he was here before?
That's going to be a little more difficult than just a research check. So make a research check. It's going to be at -20 because you're going to have to find the right public feeds, and then
I would start with the probably the docking bay or whatever. Somewhere where he would have had to have come by.
Okay.
All right. Let's see how that goes. That is a 25 out of 50.
Okay. I believe that's a double superior.
Is it?
No.
That's not even a superior success.
The normal success.
Yeah.
They're so stupid. Okay, so it takes you a few minutes because you get back to the day, but then you basically just have to scroll through feeds.
Yeah.
And eventually you see a person carrying a metal briefcase. You're pretty sure that's Chi.
Okay, I will screen cap the image and send it over to Chi and say, was this the body you were in when you last backed up?
Yeah,
was
that's
this
you.
the body I was in when I was last backed up?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, that's you.
All right. I'm going to throw that picture on my Ecto to show around when need be.
Okay. So as you...
Actually, I probably have a better picture of myself that I can use.
Yeah, you have a picture of yourself. That's fine. So as Svava, you guys are kind of guiding Svava down the hall as she's... her eyes are up in her head as she's researching on the mesh. A security officer comes bouncing over to you. You can see they're wearing a black security officer in a uniform. They have a badge that says Fajing Security, and the name tag on their lapel says Young, Y-U-N-G.
Wait, Fajing Security? Like Triad?
No, the corporation.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes, there's lots of Chinese names.
Yeah, now I remember.
Yeah. Well, good afternoon, folks. He easily bounces in front of you.
I step up to handle this. Hello.
Yeah. So
how are you doing?
Well, I'm good. What brings you folks around here?
Oh, we're here to hopefully buy some scrap.
Make a deceive check.
All right. Come on.
What'd you get?
89. Hold on. How do these rules work?
So you could spend it.
I think you would be spending. Moxie.
There is no reroll anymore, huh?
No.
Guess not.
After roll, downgrade a crit failure to a regular failure.
It's not a crit fail.
So
No.
it's just a regular failure.
You can flip flop a D100 roll.
Should make it
No,
a 9.
I got this. I'll go with it. I'll run with it. I'll fail.
Really? Buying some scrap. He looks at you, the three of you, because he doesn't. Well, I'll ask you, Nyal, you can project yourself into the AR displays that people while you're on the mesh. Are you doing that, or are you just hiding in Chi's ecto right now?
At the moment, I'm just hiding.
Okay, so he just sees the three of you. You seem to be a little light for scrap buyers.
Can I roll
Have
kinesics
any
to see that he's not
equipment?
buying it?
Oh, you don't have to roll. You know he's not buying it.
Okay.
You failed. You know he's not buying your bullshit.
No, we're hoping, we're coming in hoping to just basically raid whatever we can here and take it with us. I hear they're tearing down pretty much everything around here.
It's true. Fa Jing's on the way out, but you're going to have to deal with the locals around here in New City, and they're not going to like when you say you're here to tear things out.
Well, we're not going to tear things out. It's just things that they want to tear out. I mean, I'm sure they want to make some money off of the old stuff and buy something new.
Listen, this is a peaceful place here. We don't like any trouble.
Oh no, no trouble.
Make another deceit check with a -20 because he's on to you.
All right. I'm going to.
You can use your moxie, I think, for a savvy check.
Yes.
Yeah.
Add to the roll.
So you can spend it to ignore that modifier or add 20 to your target number, which
would be the same
thing. Yeah.
I'm just gonna roll it and see what happens.
Okay.
For now. 6.
6. Okay. He squints at you.
And I will spend one now to upgrade to a superior success.
Okay. So he still squints at you. He glares at you a little bit. All right. But I don't want to be hearing any trouble coming from you.
Oh,
where are you folks staying?
The
Best Rest Motel.
Are there any other hotels on the station?
You don't know.
We hadn't really, we don't know how long we're going to be staying. Do you have any recommendations?
Well, Best Rest is basically the only thing around here.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's where we'll be staying.
All
Assuming we can even find anybody to make a deal with. I mean, we might be out of here tonight.
Well, that wouldn't be the worst thing for you. Maybe I'll check in on you later. Make sure you're all settled in.
Is there a problem on the station? Seem to be implying that we should get out of here. Is there something we should know about?
No problem. We're just wary of strangers coming in.
Well, we travel all around the outer system. We'll be in and out of your hair in no time.
Glad to hear it. You all have a good day then. And he turns and bounces away down the hall.
Okay.
All right. So you're gonna keep heading to the hotel?
Yeah. Best Rest.
Yes.
Do it.
All right. So you get to the Best Rest Motel. Your rooms have already been reserved for you under your fake names. And as soon as you get there, you see that this is a capsule hotel. So you all have a 2x1x1 meter capsule waiting for you.
Is there an attendant, or is it all like like we just like sign in at a?
No, there is a manager.
Then I'm going to stop there and say, "Hey, I'm a guest. I'm staying for a couple nights. It looks like, but I had a friend who was coming through here that I wanted to try to catch up with. Is he said he was going to be staying here, and I show him a picture of myself. Has he been staying here?
Maybe. A lot of people come through here.
Can I roll? Let's see. What would be the appropriate rep?
You can spend rep as money too. So if you want to just give him some of your Out here would be at rep. So you can.
And I
mark
don't
off,
have
like-
any actual money, do I?
No, I was just checking that. It doesn't seem like you guys have any actual credits. This isn't a credit economy anyway.
Yeah.
Out here, this would be a rep economy.
I hate giving away my at rep since it's my lowest one.
I'll burn some at rep for it.
How many do you have, Ryan?
I got 50.
Yeah, me too.
All right. So how much are you giving him?
What would a good payoff be? Like 3, 5?
5 would be a lot.
Yeah, that's what I was. So
Oh.
like,
One
I'll
each,
burn,
maybe?
2 would be like a fair amount.
All right, I'll
50?
give him 2 then.
Okay.
I'll give him the other 2.
So you're giving him 4 total.
Yeah.
That seems like too much.
Yeah,
I'd give him 3 at most.
Let's stick with just my 2 for now, or your 2, whichever.
Okay.
And then we'll see if he wants more.
Thou shalt give him only 3. Thou shalt not give him 2, nor thou shalt give him 4.
Oh, I'll transfer him my at rep.
So you're each giving him.
I
So
think,
how much
I think
you
Amal is giving 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm always giving 2.
I'm also okay.
I reach for my digital wallet, and he brings his out first.
Exactly.
Okay. So he his eyes light up a little bit. Oh, thank you. No, haven't seen him.
Damn. Correct.
Is he telling the truth? Kinesics.
Yeah, make a kinesics check.
Is this one and done, or can both of us do it?
I got it. 39 out of 70, which is a superior success.
You superiorly know that he's telling you the truth.
So he didn't stay here?
Well, no. Eludere told you this is where Chi stayed. This guy just doesn't know. Like he doesn't pay attention.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Do any of us have TechNet? No, right?
No, you don't.
All right. Well, then I will brain email the burb and say maybe try to hack a Splime.
Let me hack what? I'm sorry.
A spline.
Camera in the hotel to see which room he went into.
Yeah, sure. I could try to do that. I'm pretty good at that kind of thing.
Sure. So it's just an interface because there are public cameras here. However, the mesh here sucks, so it's -10.
Oh. Second. Oh, 13 out of 40.
Okay. So with the information from Svava about like when Chi got here, you're pretty easily able to narrow down the timestamp. It seems he came from the port and checked into the hotel. So you see the cameras. He comes into the hotel, and then a little while later, he leaves the hotel carrying a steel case. He gets on the tram, and he takes the tram to the Fajing Lion facility, and he hands the case to a guard, and then he gets back on the tram to the port and gets on the ship. But since you made your interface test, you see that there are spotty artifacts and a little telltale signs that this video was edited.
Oh yeah, they messed with this. Yeah, someone edited this around. Something is definitely wrong here. I can't tell exactly what, but this
You can tell because he backs into the ship.
All right. Well, maybe we should check out his room.
He doesn't actually walk toward the camera. He just grows.
At one point he stops moving. He stops making physical moves and just floats along the ground.
It's like Mario Brothers. He just kind of hops instead of walking.
Yeah, there's one part of it that looks like Brody Quest.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I say when we all go towards our rooms, I say maybe we should take a look into the room I was formerly staying in, or the pod. See if we find anything.
Yeah, so you found it. It is closed, but it is not occupied right now. However, it is locked because you don't have the key for it.
I look at my ecto. Burb, do you know how to handle these types of things?
I know how to handle a lot of things.
Can you open a door?
In it, and I don't have hands.
This would be more of a hardware electronics.
I'm even better at that than I am at interface.
Oh, too bad you don't have any way to interface with the hardware.
Can I plug him in?
Make an interfacing check to properly attach him to the lock.
I look at you two and I say, do either of you two know how to properly attach an ecto to a lock?
I shrug because I have no idea.
Here, I'll help it. Oh.
What if we put him in the creepy? Could he?
Can you explain to me exactly what creepy is again?
It's just a tiny little robot.
It's like a fluffy inchworm robot. It's not that small, but it's like 2 or 3 feet long, and it can like move around.
I imagine it like a centipede, but
Yeah.
Alex, would my knowledge security work in this case?
Yeah, you could use knowledge security.
For a door lock. Alright, and I fail. 93 out of 80.
This fucking hotel, man, it's got like top-notch security.
Damn.
I will port Najal over to the creepy.
Okay, that's definitely going to be another interfacing test for someone.
Gosh, darn it!
You're downloading a person's brain into a robot.
That's my specialty.
Okay, then
Downloading brains.
what skill would you want to use then?
Medicine psychosurgery.
Sure, you could do that.
Guns.
24 out of 80.
Okay. Nyal, make a SOM times 3 tests.
Oh, okay.
Well, I would ask you first. Do you want me to fork you into the creepy, or do you want me to, actually download you into the creepy?
Which would be safer?
Forking? I mean,
Yeah, so forking is basically making a copy of yourself.
Then fork me, baby.
If you don't have a fork prepared, you'd have to download a beta fork, which has a limited skill set.
Yeah. For like
we just need you to go inside and press the button that opens the door.
Whatever's quickest. Just give me.
All right. Yeah, you can fork them in there.
Yeah.
Beta fork.
Beta fork.
So you send a beta fork.
Delta fork.
Yeah. So you can roll your hardware electronic skill if you want.
Where's that T-shirt? I got forked at the Capsule Hotel.
Yes, you, Eric.
So I still have to roll that SOM test?
No.
Okay, so
Basically, I'm just going to delete the fork when he's done, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hardware electronics, right?
Yep.
I mean, you don't take lucidity damage for deleting a delta fork, do you?
No.
Yeah.
64 out of 60.
These
can-
locks.
You can spend what would that be?
That's insight.
Spend an insight to flip that.
Yeah, I'll spend it.
Okay. So that becomes a 46. So you guys watch as the creepy crawls across the floor. This capsule, they're stacked 3 high, so this capsule's in the middle. So the creepy crawls up the side and uses its weird little spindly legs to like pop the lock panel open and like pokes at it a bunch, and then the light turns green and you hear the lock undo. So you could just grab it's like a sliding panel, so you could just grab the panel and slide it back.
Go.
Niall, also roll me one more D100 and just tell me what you get.
Not against any score, just...
Nope, just roll. Tell me what you get.
Oh, on. Typos. Why does this keep saying tenor? There we go. 18.
18. Okay.
Awesome. Glad I could help.
Sounds like a good number.
So I look over at
So Niall,
Swafa.
your muse tells you. So describe your muse, Niall.
My muse is like a bigger, more matronly version of the bird I envision myself to be.
So it's like a big, huge bird.
Like a mama bird.
Okay. Niall,
That's not the
someone
voice
has
of
just
a mama
hacked your
bird.
mesh inserts.
That's not the voice of a mama bird. I'm not immersed.
Oh, Niall,
Okay.
it seems someone has just hacked your mesh inserts.
Oh, who was that? Get him! I gotta get him out.
Yes. So make an infosec check. Minus
I'm
20.
really good at that.
Minus 20.
Oh, I'm still pretty good at that.
You can spend insight to remove that negative if you want to.
15 out of 60.
There you go.
Okay. Someone. You can't seem to find it. Your muse is telling you that someone just got into your mesh inserts, and hacked you. But
I'm unhappy about this.
I would spend an insight and upgrade that.
Oh, I can spend an insight to upgrade that?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Now
So you spend in digital space. You spend like an hour going through the code of your mesh inserts until you find in real time. It's like a minute, but you finally find someone left a backdoor in your system.
With my back door.
They got through. They used an old exploit that you thought was patched that apparently that wasn't, and they left a backdoor into your mesh insert. So you can if you fix it. Well, what do you want to do? Because if you do nothing, whoever this is can mess with your mesh inserts, which could possibly make you hear or see things.
Why would I do nothing?
It's up to you.
I want to do something.
What is it?
Get rid of it.
Okay, so you delete their backdoor.
Ugh. That was creepy.
All right.
I mean, it's creepy. That's a coincidence.
So while that's going on, I look over at Swafa and I say, I think this is your part of the deal.
Yeah. I'm gonna deactivate my mesh inserts first of all.
Has Niall told anyone that they got hacked?
1 second. Sorry, since it wasn't my part, I took a bite of what I was eating. I would like to tell everyone, yeah. Yeah, so something just installed the back door on me in my mesh inserts. I got rid of it, but be on the lookout.
Directly in your mesh inserts, or did it come through the creepy?
I think it was directly in mine.
Yeah, it wasn't through the creepy.
Huh.
Yeah, directly in me.
So that means it was on your ecto.
Yeah. So, yeah, it might be wise to shut our mesh inserts down for the time being.
Agreed.
So yeah,
You won't be able to research anything.
Well, I mean, just for the
So we
For
can
now.
handle
if
this
this is a proximity thing, like let's see.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we didn't. Nobody got hacked until we opened this pod. So I'm going to assume that this is the infected area for now. All right, so I've got knowledge detective procedures.
All right.
I would like to give this pod the once over and maybe the twice over and the 3 times over to see what I can find.
Do it.
Okay. That is a crit, 44 out of 70.
Nice. There's nothing here. Whatever was here has been cleaned up. The room's been turned over essentially.
Okay.
If Chi left anything behind, the seedy guy at the front desk who just took your money probably took it and sold it. There's not. It's just an empty room.
All right. So I crawl back out and I say, "No, there's nothing here." They gave the place a thorough cleaning. Looks like it's ready for as thorough as it gets.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it's not that thorough, then I should be able to find something. Logically.
Well, I mean, what I mean is it's kind of a dingy motel, but there's nothing left.
Right.
I mean,
okay.
I am a very effective agent, so I could see how you wouldn't find anything.
Well, there's also the firewall scratch space.
All right. Let's see. Maybe there's something there.
Worth checking.
Wait, what's the firewall scratch space?
It's like a green box for firewall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, before we do that, gentleman and lady, do you mind if we take just a quick break? I'd like to go into my pod and take a shower.
They don't have showers.
Or whatever. Basically, I want to spend 2 of my moxie to give myself a +10 to deception, to deceive, and then I want to take one of my short recharges.
Okay, so you could spend the 2 moxie. Well, it goes away once you recharge.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
I thought it was 24-hour thing.
Or until you recharge.
Ah, fuck that then. Never mind.
Yeah, they thought of that.
Okay. Well, then
and it's not just to your deceive; it's to any skill that falls under that tree.
And when can you can so to do a short recharge, you have to have downtime, right?
Like 10 minutes.
Okay.
10 minutes. Yeah.
A long recharge is 4 hours, but a short one is like 10 minutes.
All right, then I'll do it anyway. I'll spend my 2 moxie to give myself +10 to savvy.
Okay, well, it's to savvy, will, and your rep rolls.
Okay, cool.
So anything that uses moxie.
Okay, for 24 hours.
In complete defiance of Chi's subtlety, I make eye contact with him and I say, "I'm going to go to my pod and take drugs."
Okay.
Oh shit! Yeah, I'm going to take some drugs too.
Yeah.
If you're taking drugs, I'm going to take drugs.
Wait, what kind of drugs do you have?
I've got 5 doses of Clar, which gives
what does
me
that do?
It gives me +10 to perceive for 8 hours.
Oh, I have 5 doses of Drive, which gives me an extra insight pool.
That's pretty boss.
I'll give you a dose of Drive if you give me a dose of Clar.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
My spherical face.
I look at
all the drugs.
Physicals and your drugs.
I look at Amal and I offer him what does Clar come in, like a baggie or?
I don't remember. It's probably either a tablet or something you can inhale.
All right. So yeah, I like waggle the little tube of Clar powder in Amal's general direction.
All right, my facial sphere looks down at it and back up. I'm not sure whether I can use drugs.
You're a
Podmore.
synth. I'm sorry.
I think it's a pod, isn't it? Arachnoid?
No, you're a synth.
Yeah.
I forgot you're a spider tank. So yeah.
Yeah.
Pods are like a melding of flesh and metal. They're like cheap biomorphs that have like metal skeletons and things like that, so they don't have to be fully grown.
Yeah, so I just look down at the bag and I look back up at Svafa. Back down at the bag, look back up.
What are you not getting here?
I'm sorry, I forgot you were a spider tank out of character.
Drive only lasts 8 hours, so I'm going to hold off on it, taking it until I at least use the pool that I have already.
That's it, Ryan. Spend the moxie to unsay that you didn't know he was a spider tank. Your character wouldn't say it.
What's that?
I was making a joke from the moxie thing or not.
Oh yeah, you can spend. Is it a flex point to negate a social gaff, or is it Moxie?
That's Moxie.
That's Moxie.
Flex lets you introduce new elements to the scene.
Gotcha. All right.
Yep.
All right. In that case, I have 4 doses of Clar.
Oh, I thought you took one yourself too, didn't you?
Yeah.
So you have 3 left.
All right.
Because you gave 1 to Chi.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was.
And you have 1 dose of drive.
And I have 1 dose of drive. All right. So I crack the little vial and snort up the powder, and now my perception is expanded, and I am also saving the drive just in case.
Okay. All right. So you guys do your drugs, and get ready to go.
I have not done drugs yet. I just traded drugs.
Oh, okay. My mistake. I'm sorry for assuming.
Drugs. I'm not physical.
I mean, you just don't have any narco algorithms to do right now.
I don't want to do anything. I'm clean.
I look down at my ecto and I say, "Don't worry, we'll find you a body and get you some drugs."
I'm straight edge.
All right, let's head to the green box.
Okay. So the map that you have, Eludere marked where the scratch space is. So you head over there. It's hidden inside a concealed crevasse in the basalt walls of an unlit tunnel, a kilometer from inhabited space. So it's going to take you about 45 minutes to pull your way or bounce your way down the corridors to get there. But once you do, you find a small cache of gear, the steel case that Chi was carrying, and a note. The note says, and it's written on paper, it says, "Someone is preying on the locals. I'm holding on to the triad payment until I know it's not them. I'll be watching and will report back as soon as I have something." So the case is locked, and the gear cache in here contains 2 doses of Kick, which is a combat drug, 2 nano bandages for healing biomorphs, and 1 repair spray for synthmorphs, a cleaner nano swarm, 1 railgun pistol, and a disassembler swarm.
Ooh.
So I guess we'll split the drugs evenly between the 2 biomorphs.
You could use them.
And then give the repair spray to Amal and the gun probably to Amal.
Does anyone else have decent gun skills?
I do.
Not on your level, I don't think.
Yeah.
Mine is at 45, so I'm pretty good because I'm a cop, but I'm not
plus
great.
I have pneumatic limbs for 3d6 damage.
Okay.
With melee at 55.
So the gun does 2d10. Just
I think
saying.
Svafa should probably get it.
Okay, that works.
All right, so
can't
I'll
handle
take the
this
gun.
melee.
I can't conceal it though because my I don't have that skill.
Maybe we should leave the gun here until we need it.
Hopefully
Although
we'll.
when we
Hopefully
need
we'll.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Alex,
have
could
to-
I attach it to myself somehow? I do have infiltrate at 60.
Let me take a look at your character real quick. Where access checks increase. Retractable limbs. Yeah, so you can make an infiltrates check.
All right, I'll put it in one of my limbs and retract it, and I'll see. Hey guys, can you see it? Nope, 82.
Yeah, they can see it.
Doesn't work.
Flip it. No.
Doesn't fit.
I will say, one of you guys could take the gun and tuck it into your waistband, and it won't be noticeable while you're just walking around. But if anyone searches you for a weapon, they're going to find it.
Actually, I think I'll just flip it. I will
Okay.
use one of my vigor points and flip it. So
In that case,
I'll actually flip the gun and pull it in.
that was your problem. You put it in the wrong way. It's like Tetris. You
Yeah.
just had to rotate the block. So you've got like a little space under your carapace that you usually use to store things, and you stick it in there. So if anyone's looking for it, they're not going to find it, and you'll have easy access to it.
Yeah, and then I will pop it out for Svafa if needed.
All right.
All right. So if you guys are taking the kick, it gives you +1 vigor for 2 hours. However, it makes
Vigor
users
pool?
jumpy. Yeah, +1 vigor pool.
Okay.
However, it makes you jumpy, so you're going to have to make will checks or react without thinking to unexpected noises.
Yeah, I'm definitely not taking it until shit goes down.
Yeah.
And how many of that did we get?
There's 2 total.
2.
So 1 each.
Yeah.
You also each get 1 nano bandage if you're splitting it evenly.
Okay.
And Amal, you can grab 1 repair spray.
Okay.
So that lets you heal 1d10 damage and 1 wound when you use it. They both do the same thing. There's also a cleaner nanoswarm, which removes forensic traces from a room.
We should probably give that to the person with infiltration. So, Amal.
Okay. What was it again?
It's a cleaner nanoswarm. So basically, it's a little container. Think like grenade sized. You hit a button, and the nanoswarm comes out, and it removes all like biological traces from a room, and it can be reused.
But remember, nanoswarms are also verboten on the station.
Yes. So if anyone catches you with it, that's no good.
Okay. Can I also try to hide that one?
Yeah. Make another conceal check.
Jesus Christ. 88 out of 60.
No, critical failure. You just, yeah, it's hidden.
Just holding it over your head. Thank goodness.
Yeah, you hit it.
All right.
It's currently removing all biological traces from inside under your carapace.
Yeah. So the railgun pistol, if you guys want to mark it down, it's 2d10 damage,
Okay.
and it has single burst and full auto fire.
Mm.
So they changed it a bit. Full auto is so burst fire, you either get +10 to hit or +1d10 damage. Full auto, you get +20 to hit or +2d10 damage. It's not 3 anymore.
Oh.
Yes. It's also armor piercing. They changed it. Armor piercing doesn't have a number anymore. It just reduces the armor by half.
Okay.
Whatever
makes-
the armor is.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's a lot less crunchy.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's also 1 dissembler nanoswarm, which disassembles whatever you program it to when it's deployed in a 10-meter diameter sphere. If it's not pre-programmed, it'll just disassemble everything, including you.
So the bird's probably in charge of that, since I don't have programming.
Why don't we leave the disassembler swarm just in case? We can always come back for it. Hopefully we won't need something that dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh, it's also a hive. I'm sorry. It's a nanoswarm hive.
So it can make multiple swarms.
It can
So
make
that-
1 per day.
That
Yeah.
means it just keeps making disassemblers. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Alex,
Yes.
can I flip my roll to hide the swarm hive?
It would
So
still
it's-
be an 88.
Not flipping.
You can
I reduce
downgrade
it to a regular failure so those guys would
Sure,
notice
yeah.
it?
That'll be
Um,
a 88.
Maybe I'll just leave it here.
Yeah, so if you spend the point to just bring it down to a regular
Yeah.
failure.
All of a sudden, it falls out of his. Out of
Yeah,
his
so
leg.
you hit it, and you like take 1 step, and it just boom, clang, 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 and bounces. Well, there's no gravity, so you like turn, and it just gets dislodged from your shell and bounces against the wall, and then bounces off against another one, and you reach out and grab it.
Who
Yeah.
threw that at me?
Was that me? uh,
Maybe
I'll
we
just
should
leave
leave
it
that
there.
one here too. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I think maybe the next place we could check out is.
Oh, I'm sorry. You also have the case. You also have Cheese case.
Yeah, I think we'll leave that here.
It's locked, but Steve, you could try to guess it because you would have made the lock.
All right, I'll try to guess it.
So make an int times 3 check.
All right. I don't think I'm going to make that. Where's my int? 45. No, I do not make it.
No.
73 out of 45.
No, your other self was apparently in a different state of mind when they came up with the combo.
How many insight points do you have?
1. Fuck it, I'll spin it.
Oh.
I'll flip it.
Okay. So you think for a second, and you just put in the same code backwards, and it bing, and it opens up. So inside is it's another nanoswarm. Why? 1 second. Oh, I'm sorry. The disassembler swarm is inside the case.
Oh, okay.
That's what's in the case.
So this is the payment?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. I'll close the case up. I'd like to look around and see if there's any chance we were followed here.
Make a perceive check.
I will say to to Swafa, maybe we should double check that we weren't followed here.
All right, I will make that perceived check.
Okay.
With my drug increased perception.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Can I aid?
Yeah, sure.
Looking around as well.
I got a 26 out of 75. Actually, out of 85.
Okay.
And you know what? No, I won't flip it. That's a success.
You did get a success.
So if he flipped it, it would be a double super.
It would be
success,
a double
right?
superior success.
Nice.
Yeah. No, you were not followed.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Then we'll leave that stuff here.
Yeah.
And there are no splimes or anything around here. I assume.
No, this is a dark,
Yeah.
rarely used tunnel.
Probably put here for that reason. Okay. What next, gentlemen and lady?
Well, we could try to
Remember.
touch base with the triad that you were sent to deliver the payment to, but I think they might rough us up if you show up having not paid them.
Well, I could show up as somebody else from Firewall, wondering where the fuck our agent went.
So you don't look like your previous self.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Right.
saying. I can not own up to the fact that I
if
was the one who didn't pay them.
Yeah. If your mesh tag identifies you as you, though, I don't know.
Oh no, I have a fake ego.
You have
ID.
a fake ID. That's right. They gave us all fake IDs. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Mine, instead of a raven, has a picture of a sparrow.
Sparrows wouldn't be uplifted. It would probably be a parrot.
Well, look at you.
Corvids and parrots are basically the uplifted birds.
Alex knows his intelligent burbs.
Instead of a raven, you're a crow.
So you're heading to the triad?
The other thing we could do is I've got a T-ray emitter bot. I could send that or a spec drone, and we could try to go exploring in those caves where that weren't logged on the maps.
Yeah, that seems like something I would be interested in if I found out about that. You know, I'd like to do a no rep nets again to see who's in the know around here. Like, who are the people who know what's going on? You know?
Okay. I would say, wow, I'm pulling up every character sheet but yours.
So I have knowledge rep networks,
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if anything else you have might be better.
art scene.
Yeah, you could do that. Net rep nets.
38 out of 60.
Okay.
So superior.
So every station and colony and city and place that you've ever been on always has some form of news. People always want to know what's going on. This place definitely doesn't seem like it's going to have a full news, but even places like this would usually have some local bloggers. So you could do some research to try to find them. They would probably know what's going on.
All right, yeah. If I were here and I thought something weird was going on here, I would try to make contacts with the people who would, know about the weird shit that's going on. So yeah, I'm gonna look into the bloggers. I tell them.
Okay. So make a research check.
Can I assist?
You can.
All right, so I give you a +10.
Okay.
Or do you wait? What's your research at? Maybe I'd be better at it.
65.
Mine's at 70.
So I'll aid you in by telling you, look for bloggers, the ones that
All right. See how that goes. As we metagame the hell out of this. 5 out of 80.
5 out of 80. Okay.
Just barely.
So you do go on the mesh. You pull up a few feeds. Second. And Ryan, make a check. Just roll.
Just okay. I got a 65.
Okay. Okay, so you go through a few local feeds. You find two things. You find a few stories and posts on message boards about a bunch of people disappearing and suffering psychological distress, quote unquote, and they go back a while. You also see most people, a lot of people tend to write it off as just the effects of being in tunnels for days and months at a time, or unsafe working conditions. But there is one blogger who stands out to you. She seems to go into it a lot more detail. The blog is called State of Mind, and it's written by Shangi Jade.
Okay.
State of Mind, like MINE.
Yes.
Because it's a mine. I get it.
Yes.
I hate this person.
I like them.
And they call it a mine.
A mine. So you could see they blog a lot about their station history, unsolved mysteries, and lots of sordid speculation. She has also been blogging quite a lot recently about Chi.
She looks like your
what?
your
You
famous.
also see some posts from the last few days, missing persons. They're trying to find him.
Then they're using my real name
They're using
or one of my
Chi.
covers that I recognize.
No, it would be one of your covers, but you recognize it. They have your picture.
Wait. Go back to that. What was that name?
You tell me.
Kazuo Kurosawa.
Yep, that's it. That's your. You know that's your name. You use that.
That's me. That's me. It's a ancient filmmaker mixed with somebody from an anime. I just throw a bunch of shit together like that, but that's definitely me.
Well,
There's also pictures of you posted that seem to be taken from local security cameras.
This blogger here seems to be looking for you. Is it just like a name entry and a list of missing persons, or is there more information?
Oh no, this is a post about Chi.
Okay.
Have you seen this man with like a physical description? Last time they were seen? You see some things about your characteristics, Chi. It seems like this person knew you.
Okay, I think we need to talk to this. What was the name? Changi.
Jade.
What?
Just call her Jade.
Jade. We need to talk to Jade.
All right.
Sounds good.
Okay. So do you want to? You'd have to reach out to her. You don't know where she is.
Okay. I will.
Find her by the mesh ID.
Yeah, you could just ping her.
Yeah, can I ping a rep network or something? Okay, yeah.
I mean, you could just reach out to her directly. Like she has her contact info on the blog, essentially. So
okay. Swafa, you want to just send off a little email, set up a meet?
Sure.
Okay, so what are you going to send her?
I would like to say,
Maybe ask her if she's got a hold of Chi. Lately?
yeah. Maybe say we're on station. We're on station looking for a friend of ours.
Yeah, say we're old friends of Kazuo's. Also looking for him. We'd like to meet up.
Yeah.
Compare notes.
That works.
Okay. So you send her the message. Less than a minute later, you get a ding from reply. It says, "OMG! I'm so glad someone else is looking for him. I'll share whatever information I have. Do you eat? If you're bio, I know a great little noodle shop down in the main concourse. If not, I can meet you somewhere else. Do you like coffee algorithms? Anything like that? Let me know!" Exclamation mark.
Caffeine algorithms.
I will say in reply, we're half and half, so maybe somewhere we could go and
I'm like a half and half of my coffee algorithms.
God damn it, Eric. I'll say we're a mixed bag, so anywhere we could grab both is good with us.
Okay. Meet me here in 10 minutes? ? And she sends you the address for a place.
Sure. She seems very eager. Let's go. Let's go with that. Is it like a public area? I don't like.
Yes, it's so I'm just gonna say there's like a concourse area where for New City where most of the shops are, and that's where she's telling you to basically meet her at a little restaurant or a coffee shop.
Look, I don't want to be crude about this, but there's a good chance that I had relations with this woman.
Okay.
I'm just saying, she's worried about me. Seems like something that could have happened.
Good for you.
Should I do it again?
Let's wait and see if circumstance dictates we should.
I mean, it's just the type of thing that happens, You're on a station, someone falls in love with you.
Let's see what
yada yada yada.
Yeah, let's. You may not have to take one for the team there, Chi. Let's wait and see what the deal is.
You really want to?
Oh, thank God. No.
This is why I prefer synth bodies.
I'm interested in pursuits of the mind, but for some reason I always get sent on these missions where I have to sleep with people.
Oh, you poor darling.
Okay, so you guys make your way to the little shop, and 10 minutes on the dot, you see a dragonfly morph come flitting down a hall towards you. Dragonfly morphs are literally they're dragonflies. It's small. It's probably about 3 feet long, with a wingspan about equal. It's a synth morph, and it's got like big, multifaceted green eyes and a shiny silver body, and it flies over and settles down near where you guys are.
As it's flying in our direction, I say, "Yep, definitely, probably slept with it."
She sees the three of you. Nyal, are you broadcasting yourself yet? Or are you still hiding?
Yeah, I'm gonna broadcast myself now.
Okay. So she sees the four of you, and she flies over. Oh my God! I'm so glad to meet friends of. What was your fake name?
Kazuo.
Kazuo. Oh my God! I'm so glad to meet friends of Kazuo's. I mean, I don't know if he ever mentioned me to you, but I'm definitely trying to find him. I'm worried that something might have happened to him.
So are we, actually.
Well, yeah, he was here on the station, and we. Well, I don't want to kiss and tell, but we went out a few times.
I elbow the person next to me.
Ow!
And then he just disappeared, and I'm so worried about him.
Yes, we're very worried about him as well. We're old friends of his. We went to school. Well, some of us went to school with him. What can you tell us about what he was doing here on the station?
Chi, make a deceive check.
I went to school with him.
No, that's not it. Minus 30.
I make it. 48 out of 50.
Okay. Okay. She looks at you. I have to admit, I looked you guys up on the way over. You're scrap resellers?
Yes.
I nod
We're
my
here
head.
to, We're here to see what we can find that's not needed anymore. But as long as we were here, we were going to look up our friend Chi and our friend Kazuo, and we realized that he's missing because of your article.
Spend a moxie to undo that.
You can spend a moxie.
I thought you said we weren't doing that rule.
That wasn't a social gaffe. That was a misspeak.
Oh, okay, fine. I don't have any moxie left. All right. Well, I guess I misspoke.
Oh, it's fine. I feel bad.
I wouldn't in character missay my own name that I've used several times.
I don't know.
Okay.
Got this pretty dragonfly right there.
That's true.
So she looks at you. She says, "Well, that's not how this works. I'm a reporter, so if you want me to answer your questions, you're going to have to answer some of mine."
Okay, what would you like to know about the scrap industry?
Why did you come here to search for scrap?
Well, Fajing's closing down. It seemed like a good place to get some old equipment that they're not going to be using anymore.
All right. What do you want to know? One for one.
Okay. When did you last see Chi?
11 days ago. Which matches up with.
And he was doing what?
That's not how this works. So, what do you think of the what's this place called? Kongyun so far.
Alex, spends a moxie.
Yeah, spend a moxie.
It's fine. I have infinite moxie.
Well, damn.
I did.
Good.
Now I have infinity -1 moxie.
Stupid.
What do you think of Kongyun so far?
So far, it's been less than inviting. We've already been approached by your local constabulary and basically been told that we're not welcome here.
Some people don't like outsiders here.
What was Kazuo looking into?
I don't know. He never really told me. He didn't like to talk business.
What was he looking into with you? What did he ask you about?
Oh, we talked about lots of things. We talked for hours and hours. He was so easy to talk to.
I'll go through all of the things that Kazuo would normally talk about in order to get into somebody's pants, and then say, what did he talk about besides those things?
I
guess we can save that for the next question, though.
No, it's fine. So
think about that for the next question.
He wanted to know about life here on the station. What was going on, who's in charge, things like that. All of you can make a perceive check too.
All right. I'm glad I took those drugs.
I have that.
Hubba-da-hubba-da-hubba-da. Woo.
Fail.
God damn it.
I got a 1 out of 50.
I got a 4 out of 80.
Is there
Sorry,
something
75.
special? A 1?
No. 00 is always a critical success, and a 99 is always a critical failure. Okay. So, while Chi is talking to Jade, Nyal and Svava, you're just sort of glancing around, and you see there's a man across the concourse from you. He's a tall man, sleeved in a bouncer morph, wearing miners coveralls.
I puffed out my plumage to look larger.
But he's staring daggers at you. He has barely concealed hatred on his face. And he starts making his way over to you.
So me?
Both of you, all of you.
All right.
He gets up to you and he looks at you. You folks don't belong here. You'd best get going.
See what I mean?
Now, why is that?
He just stares at you and doesn't answer.
Oh,
This
well.
place is getting a 1-star on Space Yelp.
And then he leaves you and enters an XP store, and you see he's followed by 3 other guys in similar garb. There's a stock boy there, and this guy walks over and grabs him by the arms, and he almost yells at the boy, "Shamsu Hairoa Yanaksha." And the boy, who's terrified, goes, "Il Tubzuga Istazuma." And then this man glares "Take him." And the other guys grab the boy and start dragging him into the tunnels.
What was that about?
Should we be looking into this?
I look at Jade.
I'm not 100% sure.
I send a message to them all. Follow? Question mark.
I look around at Svafa. I stare at Svafa and send her a question mark.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, I'm not an infiltrator, so
I'm not an
staying behind.
infiltrator either, but we have a gun.
Steve and Chad, both of you just make one roll. Tell me what you get.
I'm still have my messenger shut down.
Well, then you can't send a message.
Oh, that's true.
That's
all right. Then I'll make the roll. I'll send the message and make the roll.
Okay.
72.
Okay. And Chad, you too.
Do I need to activate my insert?
If you're getting a message, yeah.
Okay. Oh, for God's sake.
No, well, it wouldn't make any sense then. I can't send him a message if both of our inserts are shut down. I'd just be sending it to no one. So I'll just say it out loud. I'll look over at them all and say, "Should you follow?"
Okay.
Okay. So do I need to roll?
So no. If you're keeping your mesh inserts off, then no.
Because we already established that we're turning our mesh inserts off. So.
Okay, that's good because I just crit failed.
Jade says to you, "I don't know if you guys should. That's Eve. He's kind of the guy in charge, and I don't know if you want to get in his way."
Do you know where they'd be taking that man?
No.
Because that seems like something we'd want to know.
What language are they speaking?
That thing that they yelled at them. Make a. Are you asking her, or are you?
No, I'm trying to figure it out.
What language? It's not any language you speak.
Yeah, I
Just
got
make an
English
int check. Int
Ah.
times 3.
Okay.
Actually, cog. Sorry.
Cog times 3. 19 out of 45.
That's no language you've ever heard.
Okay.
It's gibberish, as far as you can tell.
So then I guess I'll ask her. What language were they speaking? I've never heard that before.
I don't know. I haven't either.
Is that a common thing on station, or?
No, I've never seen that before. They've already taken the boy down one of the corridors out of the concourse area.
I'll look at you guys. Do you want me to get down to the end of the corridor and watch, follow?
I hand him the ecto with Najal on it.
Unless you turn your mesh inserts back on, you're on your own.
Yeah, you can't talk to Niall if you don't have your mesh inserts on.
You know what? I have a spec drone, so I'm gonna follow them with that.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay.
So you send out your drone, and it is so you follow them down the hall, and you see the 3 men and this big guy the 3 men are 2 of them actually are pulling the boy down the hall, bouncing through 0G, and the big guy and 1 other are following them. Make a. It's a spec drone. Does it have any stats? I don't think so. Okay. So you follow them down. So how long are you going to follow them?
Until they get wherever they're going.
All right.
Unless there's like a break in mesh access.
No, it's there's parts where it gets fuzzy, but you manage to keep connected, and you follow them down to a dark tunnel that's cold. There's no life support here, and they open a door and they bring the boy in. Make an interfacing check to see if you can pilot the drone in there in time.
That I don't have.
Okay. That defaults to cog.
Cog. Okay.
So just straight cog.
Hang on.
15.
Yeah. All right. I'll spend an insight to add 20% to my modifier.
Okay.
So that brings me up to 35. And I did it. I got an 11 out of 35.
Nice, crit. So you, they open the door and the 2 of them drag the boy in, and you hover back for a second because you see the big guy is the last one in, and he looks around like he's checking the hall to make sure that no one's following them, and he goes in and he's closing the door, and you zoom your spec in. And it gets it just as the door slams shut behind it. The room inside is dimly lit. There's a chair that looks a lot like a psychosurgery chair, because it is. There's an ego bridge and a bunch of computer equipment set up. And the big guy says, "Strap him down. We need to amputate."
All right, I'm gonna share this feed with everybody.
Well, only Niall can see it.
Hooray!
Do I have anything?
Do you have an ecto?
Can we just
I have an
play it on
ecto.
my ecto?
Yeah, so you can link it to your ecto and just pull it up.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do that, so we
Okay.
can all watch.
So you're just gonna watch?
Well, we want to see what happens. They're gonna amputate
So okay.
So I kind of see where this is going, and I think the three of them are watching, and I'm going to continue talking to Jade to keep her occupied.
Oh, she's watching.
Okay. All right.
There's one way you can get her attention.
By telling her who I am.
Yep.
Well, do we necessarily not want her to see? Because
I mean, if it's crazy exurgent shit, then she's not cleared.
no,
You don't know.
No.
I don't know what it
As
is.
you're watching, they're strapping the boy down.
It seems pretty.
He's pleading with them to not do. Don't do it, please. Let me go.
It might just be regular, humans are awful bullshit.
But the weird chant or whatever they gave doesn't.
Oh, in a different language.
Yeah.
Well,
Could have been code or something.
yeah. All right. In that case, I'll just watch by myself and see what's going on.
Okay. You can loop Niall in if you want.
Yeah, I'll loop Neil in.
Okay. So the two of you watch as the.
I mean, record it for sure.
Yeah, I definitely am.
Yeah, that's fine. So you watch as the boy is strapped down to this psychosurgery table, and they put down lots of straps to keep him from struggling. They strap his head down and they lower the ego bridge onto him, and then once they turn it on, he just kind of goes to sleep, which is normal.
Yeah.
And the big guy, he has it's 0G, so he straps himself down to a chair because otherwise he'd push himself off the table by typing. So he straps himself in and starts performing psychosurgery. Do you have a psychosurgery skill, Ryan? Or
do
Eric?
Psychosurgery? No.
All right,
I'm recording this though, so we'll see what happens when because Chi does.
Yes. So you watch. He's doing something.
All right, I'm gonna
Looks
make
like
sure.
psychosurgery.
I'm gonna make sure that the drone is in a good area to see what's going on.
Yeah, that's fine. You got an 11 before, so you bring the drone up right behind him and get a good view of all the screens that he's looking at. He's working for a while. I say it's going to be 2 hours.
Okay.
So while you're watching that, Chi and Amal, what are you guys doing with Jade? She looks. Are your friends okay? They just kind of spaced out.
Yeah, they're.
She it's a little rude to just jump into the mesh when you're talking to people.
Yeah, they may have done a narco algorithm or two before we came. It's probably hitting them right about now.
They do that a lot.
Anyway,
did you? Real professional.
Well, you get your kicks where you can when you're in our trade. Anyway.
So why are you here looking for Kazuo?
Like I said, I went to school with him. Heard he was going to be on the station. We got here and he was nowhere to be found, and then saw your article.
How'd you know he was going to be here?
Oh, he sent a message about a month back saying that he was going to be in the area. That's why we headed in this direction. I figured it'd be nice to meet up. We were going to be passing by anyway, and figured maybe we'd see what we could get here.
Make a deceive check for that one. Yeah.
I just 31. Keep nodding. Does that give a bonus?
No. Sorry, no.
Nod bonus? 31 out of 80.
Okay. Okay. She believes you. I mean, I do want to find him. Do you know where he could have gone? Would it be like him to just leave? I don't think so. I mean, we had something special. I don't think he would just leave.
I don't think he would have left the station without telling us or you.
Well,
have other people gone missing from the station?
Yeah, it's happened quite a bit actually. People go missing, or people have weird breakdowns and then just forget things, like have chunks of their memory ripped out.
That's not good.
No, it's not. I've been trying to figure out what's going on, but
Is there any commonality between the people?
no, it's just anyone who lives here.
They don't go missing in a certain place, or they don't
That's
work in the same profession, anything like that.
Well, no, it used to be the miners, but that was everyone, and now there's no more mining.
Okay.
What do they do now?
1 second.
Did she tell you anything about? Or, God damn it! I keep saying it. Did Kazuo tell you anything about where he was planning to go after he was with you last?
No, we didn't talk about that. I mean, honestly, between you and me, I think he was going to stay.
Did he spend a lot of time at your?
Oh.
Did he spend a lot of time at your place?
No, we usually would spend time together in public. I mean, I went back to his capsule once.
Oh, just once?
Yeah.
Huh.
She looks at you funny. You seem really familiar.
I get that a lot. I have one of those faces.
He does get that a lot.
Make a deceive check.
It's a very
not
common
bad.
phenotype.
Yeah, 54 out of 80.
Okay. If she had eyelids, she'd be like, squinching her eyes, looking at you. Okay.
Tell me a little bit more about yourself.
Well, I'm a reporter. I cover everything that's going on here.
That must be a really hard job.
It's not as hard as you think. There's not much going on here, except all the disappearances and the strange occurrences.
I don't know. I've read your articles. They seem very very insightful. You know a lot about what's going on in the station.
Yeah, that's my job.
So while they are in zoned out
so
watching
you-
this psychosurgery,
talk to her
I
about
cannot
it.
help myself but try to seduce her.
Okay. Wait, is the skill
Persuade?
for that? I think so. I think it might actually be.
Pheromones affect persuade, so I don't know.
Okay, because I thought there was something in here. There was something in here about seduction somewhere. But yeah, so roll persuade.
3 out of 80.
Well, pheromones won't work on her because she's a robot.
3 out of 70.
Yeah. Yeah, you still succeed.
Okay.
Okay, so she giggles a little, and then says, "Wait a minute, Kazuo."
What about him?
It's you! And she flies over and latches onto your arm. Oh my God! I'm so glad to see you. I understand why you couldn't say anything. If something happened to your previous instance, it would be dangerous. But I'm so glad you made it back.
Darling, I'd always come back for you.
Make a persuade check with +20.
Oh.
64 out of 90.
Oh yeah, she's into it.
Double
Oh, I knew
superior
you would
for
come back.
success.
I knew it wouldn't be. You wouldn't just leave. Something must have happened. Don't worry, we're gonna find out what happened. We're gonna find out who hurt you.
Yes, we will. But
Okay.
until then, this needs to stay between us.
Of course, I won't tell anyone you're here.
Okay.
Did you ever talk to Mariposa?
Well, according to the video feeds, I did, but they've obviously been altered.
No, according to the video feeds, you didn't.
Oh, I thought I was like it showed me taking the suitcase to the triads.
No, it showed
No,
you taking it to the mining concern, Fa
Yeah.
Jing.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, yes. Then no, according to the video feeds, I did not.
Well, okay. We'll
But
figure
as I
out what
said, it's
happened.
been altered.
Yeah. So
You don't
might
happen to know anybody who's an expert at altering videos, do you? Or vid feeds, splimes?
Let's see. Does she?
Quick, who do you know who has Sony Vegas?
Let's see. No, I don't. At least not anything good. No.
Do I? Can I roll RRep?
Yeah, sure, but with a minus 20.
What would be better? At rep?
Oh yeah, at rep would definitely be better. Still
Or how
minus
about how about F rep, fame rep?
20.
Like a videographer.
You could try that. Still going to be minus 20.
Okay. But okay, would I have to turn on my mesh inserts to
Yes.
do this? Then I'm not going to do that. It's not something I can do through an ecto, right?
You could. Who's ecto? Oh no, so Niall's not in the ecto anymore.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, no, you could use your ecto. It's still going to be minus 20.
Okay. I'll do F rep, even though it's lower, but I think it's more applicable. Or no, I'll do science rep. So I'll have 72 out of 40. So no.
Okay. So you get a message that says "fuck off."
So with flex pools, I can't spin them to flip, right?
No, you would spend it to introduce a new element to a scene. So you can introduce a new
but
NPC.
I can introduce an NPC, right?
Right. So it has to be someone plausible.
Okay.
And you define one aspect of that NPC. It's not necessarily someone you know.
Yeah.
In fact, it's not, because you can also spend flex points to introduce a relationship between your character and an existing NPC. So you could introduce a new NPC.
So I'm gonna say, so we were, when we were doing the whole thing about me being Chi, we were kind of whispering to each other, and then I'll say, I said something like, okay, darling, we need to get back into our covers now, and and then I'll say more loudly, like, you don't happen to know a videographer who can take a look at some footage more loudly?
Okay.
And I'll introduce an NPC who overhears that, and Benicio del Toro in Star Wars style says, I don't know, something like, I can do something for you.
His name
Okay.
is Phil Folsom.
So the aspect of that NPC then is that they are a videographer. That's the aspect.
Digital wizard, or something like that.
Wizard. Okay.
Or what was Benicio del Toro in Star Wars? Codebreaker.
I don't remember. Yeah, I think
the
it was
Codebreaker.
Yeah.
Digital wizard. We'll go with that.
Okay. So at the table next to you, there's a scraggly man in the same gray coveralls that most other people here are wearing, that are the old Fajing uniforms that are still the only clothes that the Fabbers are allowed to make. This guy's got long hair that's tied back in a ponytail so it doesn't go floating all over the place. A thick stubble, bags under his eyes. He looks over. I could maybe help you out.
Oh, really? Who are you?
He sits up a little straighter and he turns to you, and you see that he's in a bouncer morph, but he's in a very tall bouncer morph. He's like pushing 7 feet, and he stands and gently pushes himself off with his feet and makes his way over to you, and gracefully stops himself against the back of your chairs. They call me Benny.
All right, Benny, how can you help us out?
Well, I couldn't help but overhear your very loud conversation about needing someone who's good with video, and it just so happens that I'm someone who's good with video.
Went to film school, ended up as an indenture on an asteroid. I believe it.
Well, where were you during the fall, buddy?
Oh, I'm still spaced out in character watching.
Yeah.
The
that's right, yeah.
psychosurgery. So.
Okay. So if we gave you a video that had some artifacts in it, clearly was edited, what could you do with that?
Oh, I could maybe find out who did the editing, what parts were edited. I could do a lot of things with that. But there's got to be something in it for Benny.
Well, what are you looking for?
What are you offering? What are you folks here for? You're not from around here.
No, we're here for scrap. Technically,
Trader. Crap.
But along with that, we're looking for a friend, and that's who the video is of.
Well, if you folks are here for scrap, then you probably brought something to trade for it, right?
Well,
Benny's always looking to trade.
I've got a maker sitting in my my ship that needs a new home.
His eyebrows raise. Well,
Wait, how much is a maker worth? Is it worth a lot?
it's worth a sizable sum. It's probably a medium. I mean, if they didn't change the values of things, probably about 2,500 credits.
Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah. Got a maker that could use a new home.
Well, it's not doing Benny any good on your ship, but if you can bring it to Benny's quarters, Benny might be able to help you out.
Or we could make this a lot simpler, and my friend over there that's spaced out right now has some rep she's looking to get rid of.
Oh, no. You mentioned the maker. That's good. That's very good.
My friend's got a digital bird. She's going
We'll sell you a digital bird.
You want your own infomorph slave? I can get you infomorph slave. No, a maker would be very, very nice.
All right. Well,
you bring that to Benny's quarters, and Benny will help you out. And he gives you his address on the station.
all right. All right. I look at Amal. Amal, do you think you can get a maker off our ship?
My facial sphere looks around and I nod.
I can maybe
I'll
create
make
a
the
distraction.
Anything would help.
You could certainly try.
So yeah, I'll send them all back to the ship.
All right. Well, yeah. You guys go back to the ship.
We just leave the other two there sitting
Yeah.
there.
What are you doing with Niall and Svava?
I look at Jade and say, "Can you keep an eye on them for a little while we go take care
I'm
of this?"
coming with you.
Oh, okay. I should have figured on that. All right, let's go. They'll be fine, I'm sure.
Okay.
I
So
can't
you
go unless he goes.
After a guy gets dragged off the street.
I use my ecto to email them saying we're leaving.
Okay. You guys head out. And so you head back to the ship. Amal, you go on the ship. It's fine. It's your ship. You just go on. You grab the maker. So it's going to be a...
So I look at I look at Jade and I say, have I run one of these scams with you before?
What scams?
Look, we're gonna need to cause a little bit of a distraction.
Oh no, no, you never did anything like that.
Oh, and before we left, I'm gonna say to them all, if you're grabbing one, you might as well grab two, because we've got like 3 of them on the ship.
Well, that's gonna make it a lot harder.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Just one
I
then.
imagine one is like microwave sized. I don't know.
It's a little smaller than that.
Like a large book.
I would say like a gallon jug of water kind of size.
Okay. So maybe I can disguise it with some scrap, some pieces of the ship.
You could try. It's going to be an infiltration test at -30 to try to sneak it off the ship and pass the scanners.
Well, can we do like a distraction to give him a little bit of a boost there?
What are you going to do?
So I say to her, all right.
Well,
So-
before you come up with a big distraction, I'll tell you this. While there's 1 or 2 guards at the checkpoint, the scanners you have to go through are AI run, so they're automatically going to flag any contraband that shows up.
Okay.
So you could try distracting the human eyes, but it's not going to make the scanner any less focused.
effective. Let's see. What can we do to fritz the scanner?
Can I figure something out with knowledge security? A way to get around them?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. That's a 100.
A 100. That's a critical success. Okay. So, yeah, you figure out a way, and it will get rid of that -30 penalty for you.
Okay.
But you're still going to have to make a regular infiltration check.
Go
right.
to the Salvation Army.
All right. I am going to spend a point of vigor, I believe. Yeah. To get a +20 on the roll. Or
Okay,
+20
sure.
on the scale. So I have an effective 80. And I get a 69.
Okay.
Which is a
There's you
double
walk through
success.
you walk through the scanners. There's a tense moment where you're waiting, but nothing happens. And then they're like, "All right, you can go." And so you smuggle the maker onto the hab.
All right.
So is there while we've got it, is there anything we should make before we give it away?
How long would it take to make another pistol?
Probably an hour.
Do we have the plans for it, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah, you have. Yes, that's fine. You have the plans for that.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can make one more pistol if you want.
All right. I would say bring it somewhere secure, safe, and make it.
Can we make a pistol that can be mounted on my servitor?
No, they're too small.
Okay. Oh yeah, servitors are tiny, huh?
Yeah, the kickback would destroy it.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, so you fab yourselves another railgun pistol, same stats as the other one.
Okay. And then I guess we deliver the maker.
Yeah. All right. So you go to the address that Benny gave you. There's a huge rock face inside the asteroid that's just been carved mostly flat, and there's just dozens of doors on it. It looks like basically they use some kind of boring machine to just bore cylinders into this wall and slapped a door on it. So you go to the one that Benny gave you, and you press the button and he opens it. It's Benny's friends. Come on in. Come on in. So he gestures you in. There's it's a small living space. There's a tiny little kitchen for heating up food. Looks like there's a small bathroom in the back. there's no gravity, so there's a strap down bed for sleeping. It's a little disorienting because it looks like he has Benny has very well adjusted to zero G life, so he's got handrails all over the place because he's in a bouncer morph. But it also looks like he's got screens like mounted in what would be the floor, and his kitchen is sideways. It's a little disorienting when you enter into it because it's basically just a cylinder, and from his point of view, everything is either floor or wall. All right, let's see what you got for Benny, he says.
We open the bag with the maker in it.
All right. Ooh.
Here's the, and then hand him an ecto with the video on it. That's been wiped clean of everything except the video.
Okay. He takes the maker and takes the ecto. All right, let's see what we got. He plugs the ecto into his computer and pulls up the video, and he watches it. Oh, yeah, definitely edited. Sloppy work, too. Let Benny work his magic. And he cracks his knuckles and starts working. So, while that's going on, Nyal and Svava, you're finishing up, or they're finishing up the psychosurgery. The tall man stands. Or actually, Jay told you his name is Eve. So Eve stands up and finishes his work. They slowly power down the ego bridge and pull it off the kid's head. And he slowly blinks his eyes and comes to and looks around. Where am I? And Eve like bends over him and smiles like, "Don't worry, son. You're gonna be okay now. It's gonna be disorienting. It's gonna be a little hard. I'm sorry about that, but you'll be okay. Take him home, boys." And they unstrap him from the table, and two of the guards who were with Eve lead him out and start heading back towards the main concourse area.
All right. In that case, I'm gonna like leave the drone there, just like parked in the corner, to see if they come into that room again.
Okay.
And I motion to Nyal, we need to get out of here. And I like come out of it, and I turn to where the rest of them were sitting, and I go, fellas, we need to.
Oh. Well, they got the memo already.
I checked my email.
Yeah.
All right, so let's head back to the ship.
Well, I'm kind of riding along with you, so all you.
Well, no, you're on the mesh now, so you can go basically anywhere in the main station.
Okay, then I'll still go to the ship like we should be.
All right, you guys go to the ship.
Where did you guys tell us to meet you? Or did
we gave you the address.
Okay, so yeah, then we'll meet them at Benny's quarters.
Okay. The door opens, or you knock on the door, and Benny like waves his hand, and it opens, and he looks up. It seems your friends finally woke up.
Yeah. I've got a video for you to watch. Chi.
Another video.
You might find this one interesting. Professionally.
So Chi, you can make your psychosurgery check.
Let's see. 19 out of 80.
Okay. So
And what is that off of? COG?
COG, yeah. So that would be insight.
Can I say I popped a Clar before that for my extra insight pool?
Yeah, sure.
And I'll spin that to upgrade it to a superior.
Okay. So you spend some time watching this. It's 2 hours of video. But right off the bat, you see he's sitting down, and this guy's doing some psychosurgery, and he's pretty good. He knows what he's doing. But so you're watching him, and to the untrained eye, it's a lot of gibberish, what he's looking at on the screen and what he's doing. But as you watch, you see that he spends the first hour or so pinning down the extent of some sort of foreign code. It looks like someone has injected something into this kid's mind that shouldn't be there. It's a little hard to see at first, but once he starts outlining it, so he knows where to cut more or less, you see it. It's like he's marking the extent of a tumor. And then he starts cutting it out. But in order to do it, he has to take chunks of this kid's mind and memory with it too. So you don't know exactly what it is he's cutting out, but you could see he's trying to take as little as possible, but he still is cutting chunks out of this kid's mind. But eventually he manages to remove this infection and deletes it. And then that's when they finish up.
It sounds like it's less precise than editing a specific memory. It's almost just willy-nilly all over the brain wherever the infection has reached. They're cutting it out.
It's not willy-nilly.
Yeah.
It's very much like removing a tumor.
Yeah.
But he has to.
But it would
span
some around. It would span
several.
It wouldn't just be located in one.
Oh, I see. No, it's
he's not editing a specific memory, is what I'm saying. He's editing
It's not that he's editing a memory. He's just cutting things out because that's where this infection seems to have taken roots.
Okay.
But yeah, so you could tell this kid's going to be a little clumsy.
Okay.
From now until he builds up his motor skills again. He's probably going to suck at math for a while until he relearns algebra.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily permanent damage, but there's definitely chunks of memory and knowledge that is just being taken out. But you would but it's not being done willy-nilly. And it seems like it's not necessarily being done maliciously. It's being done with intent.
How would I rate this guy's proficiency as a psychosurgeon?
Let me double check. I think it would be pretty good, but let me. It's knowledgeable, but it's not delicate.
Yeah. Okay.
He's using a hatchet instead of a scalpel.
Yeah. So when he finished, did they do the call and response code again or anything like that?
They do. They do. They do the response code. They say to him, let me scroll back down because I definitely did not remember what the fuck they said. They say, Shamsu Hairoa Yanaksha. And the kid just looks at them and says, what? And then Eve nods and says, okay, yeah, get him out of here.
Huh.
So while that's going on...
So maybe they cut out his memories of being an agent?
You don't know. You would have to sit down with the code and get your hands in it for hours to see what the memories were. So you don't know what it was exactly that was removed.
Okay.
So while that's happening, Benny finishes going through the video. Okay, I see. Yeah, I know who did this. Oh, did you want to know?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was Best.
Who's Best?
Luke Best. He lives here. He's a hacker. Runs with Eve and his boys. What do they call themselves? The the... Nope. 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 The Confessors, that's it. Yeah, he runs with Eve and his Confessors. Does a lot of tech stuff for him.
Why do they call themselves the Confessors?
I don't know. I stay away from those
They
types.
won't tell.
I do. My Benny does his best to stay away from unsavory types.
All right. Well, it seems like we've got our next point of inquiry.
Certainly do.
Bon voyage. Have fun.
Hey, Benny, do us a favor and forget you ever saw us, and we won't let anybody know you've got a maker sitting around here.
Saw who?
Thanks.
Say, Alex,
Yes.
is it possible to do a refresh at this point while we're...
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have refreshed while you were waiting around. Not a full refresh. You could do a short refresh.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for.
Yes, you roll 1d6, and you get that many points to put into as many of your whatever pools you want.
Okay.
5.
Let's see.
Yeah, I got 6.
I only used 1 insight, so yeah, you know what?
You might want to wait.
Yeah,
if
I'll
you only
hold
use
off.
one.
I'll hold off.
I rolled a whole 1, but I only used 2, so
Nice. I got 6, but I needed 3.
So you just lose the extra point. Sorry.
Yeah,
I
you
got
can.
5, but I used 6.
Oh.
Wow.
I rolled the only.
You lose that plus 10 bonus, though.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm debating whether or not to kick it in again. Not yet, maybe. I'll wait until we need it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So where are you guys headed?
I guess we got to go see Eve. Should we see Eve first, or should we talk to the Triad? Might be able to get help from the Triad if Eve is,
We might.
screwing things up for him.
If they're opposing, yeah.
Seems like they're the ones who disappeared you.
It seems like they had some kind of hand in it.
All right. So yeah, let's go see the Triads then.
Okay. So you know the Triads, they operate out of New City's primary medical clinic, which is a repurposed 2-story office complex. They've set up this clinic as a speakeasy for black market goods, body modification, and psychosurgery.
Is Jade still with us?
Yes.
I look over at Jade and say, Jade, we're going to meet some mighty questionable people. Are you sure you want to come along?
Yeah, I know you'll keep me safe.
I mean, I want to be able to say that I will, but I wasn't able to keep myself safe last time.
Well, now I'm here to help.
Well, all right.
Was it the Triads that wanted the?
Yes,
we're getting the
Yeah, they
payment
were
for-
the.
Yeah, no, I need to find a way to get rid of Jade for a little while.
But were they the ones getting the payment from Firewall?
Yes.
Yeah, so we need to talk to
So
them
we-
about firewall business.
So we have that maker or a hive in our pocket.
Well, no, you left that
No, we're
in the
Yeah.
top space.
I mean, we have it,
Right. Yeah. Okay.
to use.
in
in
the
our
pocket.
metaphorical pocket.
Exactly.
Look, babe, I know you want to help, but and there's a way I think you can help us more than going to this meeting.
Oh, what is it?
We need info on Eve. Everything you can dig up on what he's been up to for the last, I don't know, however long people have been going missing, losing their memories. He's into this somehow. You think you can do some digging?
Make a persuade check with -10.
Okay. That is a 91 out of 60, which I will flip.
Okay.
So 19.
All right. So she hesitates for a moment. All right. I'll go do some research. I'll call you if I find anything.
All right. You actually ping ping Najal.
What?
My mesh inserts are off, and really, you should probably stick to Ecto for a while. I know it's a pain in the ass, but something weird's going on in the mesh here.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'd like being able to move around again. All right.
Well, no, you're safe, Neil.
You've already been.
Yeah, no one's tried to tamper with you again.
Oh, cool.
Is there any way we can figure out how to protect the others that, like me, that haven't been hit?
It really it comes down to your muses. They keep an eye out for any intrusions.
Mm-hmm.
But if your muse misses it, there's not much you can do unless you actively counteract it, and none of you guys have infosec to do that other than y'all.
Well,
Can
we
all scan us and
That's
see if
what I
we've
was
been
gonna
breached?
say.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to turn your mesh inserts on for that.
I've
mean,
had
we've-
mine on. I turned mine on a while back. So
All right.
I mean, as far as we know, like we had our mesh inserts on when we got here. We just turned them off when Niall
Yeah.
almost got hacked.
Yeah.
So we could all be hacked, you know.
yeah.
I'd say he needs to do a full scan on all of us.
All right. So Niall, make an infosec check for Chi. Not for Chi. I'm sorry, for Svava
All right.
or Chi or whoever you want to check.
Well, whoever that first one was 89 out of 80.
So who was the first one?
Said G first, so I'll go with G.
All right. You don't know.
All right, Swava.
18 out of 80.
Yes, someone has hacked a back door into Svava's mesh inserts.
All right. And what was the other name? I'm bad.
Amal,
I'm all.
82 out of 80. Of course.
you don't know.
I have a friggin' 80, and I only get one success.
But you can make another infosec check to try to close the back door in Svava's inserts.
Sure. Oh, 55 out of 80.
Oh, yeah. With a
Critical
crit.
success?
Yes, it is.
So I
Uh-oh.
also close them in the other people.
No.
Oh.
But you could try to trace it back to its source if you want.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
So you do. It takes you a few minutes, but you find the location on the station where the hack came from, and it seems to be close to that psychosurgery room you saw before.
Ah. All right. Baba, I was able to find one in you. I closed it up, and I found out where this is coming from. You other two, I couldn't find anything, but that doesn't mean you're safe. It doesn't necessarily mean you're safe.
All right.
Gonna leave my mesh off then. Mesh inserts.
I'm gonna since no, you seem to be better with interfacing and stuff. I've got a Spectrone not far from there. If you want to take control of it and get eyes on the person who's maybe doing this.
Sure. I'd love to see who that punk is.
Okay, so you take the drone, and you make an interfacing check.
35 out of 50.
Okay. You manage to get it out of the room through a bad seal in the door, and you move it to the location where the hack came from, and you see a server.
All right. What can I do?
I would say you realize it's probably an infomorph like you.
Trying to weigh whether or not it's a good idea to try and communicate with it. If it tried to hack me, I'm assuming communicating with it might not be the greatest idea.
It's probably best.
Unless you like kick the door down and have a hammer and go to town on that server.
Which will be really hard for Nyal to do.
Yeah, having no hands, no hammer, and no gravity.
Yes.
Well, we know where it is. Why don't we talk to the Triad and then go talk to Best afterwards?
Right. So we're definitely getting the impression that that Eve is up to something. They're trying to cover something up. They might not necessarily be the bad guys here.
Okay. So you're still heading to the Triads?
Yeah.
All right. So as you enter this clinic, you see that it looks like most of the people who are here, who are working out of spaces, are private doctors and mechanics. And you see a few thugs bouncing around, acting as security of a sort.
What was the name of the person we're supposed to see?
Mariposa Chen.
Okay, we'll go up to one of the thug morphs, I guess,
Yeah.
and say, we're here to see Mariposa.
And who the hell are you?
I believe she was looking for someone named Kazuo. That would be me.
Oh, no, she was looking for someone named Chi.
Okay.
You would know, yeah.
I believe she was looking for someone named Chi. That would be me.
You could tell he's sending a message over the mesh. Yeah, she would very much like to speak to you. Follow me. He leads you down back into an office. It looks like it's a back room. When you go in, you can see that it's stacked high with cables, batteries, and jugs of hydraulic fluid. And you also see there's a woman strapped down behind a desk. She's short, bulky in a muscular way, and bald. She's in a security pod morph. She's got a miner's vac suit on, and it's covered with miner stickers and graffiti. And you can see the pockets and pouches everywhere, all over. Well. Chi finally returns. Do you have my payment?
Not exactly. And it's not the Chi that you knew either.
Well, not exactly having my payment doesn't exactly make me very happy.
Well, I'm here to find your payment and figure out what happened to me. What do you know about it?
What do I know about it? I know I never got what's mine.
Well, you've seen me before. What did we talk about?
Make a persuasion roll.
Okay. 70. 42 out of 70.
Okay. She just smiles and leans forward. Where's my payment? Then we talk.
Where's my body?
Oh, my friend.
I really liked that one.
I'm sure you did. I don't know where it is. I never saw you. You never spoke to me in person.
Interesting. How did I speak to you?
She leans back. I don't see why I should tell you any of that.
You want your money, don't you? I'm trying to track my movements. That means getting back inside my own mind from the last time I was here, figuring out where I may have stashed it. Something weird's going on in the station. I most likely was looking into it. So if you help me figure out what the hell is so weird about this place, maybe I'll find your payment. Otherwise, it'll take a month to get another one sent over.
That's not exactly going to work. And she waves her hand, and two big burly guys come bouncing into the room. And she says, why don't we teach them what happens to people who can't make their payments?
I look at a mirror.
Everyone roll initiative.
It's a mall now.
So you roll 1d10 and add your initiative score.
Where is it? Okay, just 6.
I got an 11.
There it is.
Oh, jeez.
I got a 17.
Oh, nice.
13.
They got a 16.
11.
All right, so Chad was first. He had 17. Then the Thug 1 and 2. 16. Anyone have a 15? 14? 13?
I'm 13.
All right, 12.
11.
11.
11 also.
All right, Ryan and Steve. All right, so everything is, as far as I can tell, this one is just speed 1. So, Chad, what are you doing?
I am going to pop out.
So you turn. You see these two outside. These two guys come in, armed with assault rifle.
Nice. I'm going to pop out one of the guns. What would that be? Like a quick action?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
To draw it or whatever. And I will do a full round burst.
Okay. So a burst either adds +10 to hit or +1 d10 damage.
I'll do the extra damage.
Okay. So roll guns.
All right.
Oh, who are you shooting?
One of the guys with assault rifles.
Okay.
And I got a 26 out of 70.
All right. He got a 76 out of 20 to dodge.
Okay.
So you hit him. So the guns. So roll the damage. The gun is 2d10.
2d10 and then another d10 for full round burst? Or
Yes. So 3d10, and it's armor piercing, so it negates half his armor.
Okay. I guess that's okay. 15 damage.
15 damage. Okay.
Anyway.
He is not happy. So they go. The guy you just shot is going to return fire at you, and the other one is going to shoot at you, Chi. So you can both roll fray at half, where it says firearms.
Yep. I got an 07.
Got an 80 out of 30.
Okay. Steve, he unfortunately hits you.
Can I flip it? Well, it would be an 8. They'll probably hit me anyway.
Yeah, it's not going to be enough.
Okay. Hit me.
All right. So do you have armor at the top of your sheets?
410.
Okay, so 4 is kinetic. This is kinetic.
No, 10 is kinetic.
Oh, that's even better. Sorry. These do not have armor piercing. So it does 11 damage. So you take 1.
Okay.
And Chad, that guy just flat misses you. His shot goes wide.
Okay.
Eric, you're up. So you can't do any physical actions.
That's right.
You can do mental actions and any sort of hacking or mesh actions.
Can I try to hack something about one of these guys that's shooting at us? Am I able to access?
You could try hacking their mesh inserts, which then you can project. You could, you can make things come into. You could say things into their ears or make AR illusions, clutter their eyes so that it's harder for them to see.
I like it.
All right, so make an infosec check.
All right, we can pull the server back up. 36 out of 80.
Okay. Yeah, you succeed. You beat the other guy. So are you going for the one that just shot Chad, or the one who tried to shoot at Chad, or the one who shot Steve?
Let's go for the one who shot Steve.
Okay, so you have access to his inserts, and then next turn you could try fucking with him.
Cool.
And Ryan and Steve, you up?
All right. I don't have a gun, so I'm just gonna launch myself at Mariposa and punch her in her stupid bald head.
Okay. Make an unarmed check.
Okay.
You roll her in.
Unarmed is a skill.
Is it? I don't know. Wait, I have my list of all the skills. I don't think so.
Is it melee now?
Yes, melee. Sorry.
Melee. Okay.
It's Psalm if you don't have it.
I don't have it. This character sucks. As a quick action, can I inhale the kick?
Yeah, sure.
Taking drugs is a quick action.
All right, so that gives me +1 vigor, just in case. I'm gonna spend one of those to, let's see, take an extra quick complex. I don't have to do that.
You can also add to your score.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I'm gonna add +20 percentiles to my somatics.
Okay.
So that brings me up to a 30. Let's see how this goes. I got on the nose. 30 out of 30.
Okay. I'm just gonna say 1d10 damage.
Right. It says 1d6.
Oh, well then do that.
So I should have shut my mouth. I got a 6 though.
Okay.
Nice.
Unfortunately, that's not enough to get through her armor.
Damn.
Even in her face?
Yeah, she has bioweave armor.
Ah, okay.
So you come at her and punch. You launch yourself and just get a sock right in the jaw, and her head like turns a little bit and does one of those movie things where then she just looks at you side-eyed, not happy. She is going to retaliate with her claws. So
Can I fray?
Make a fray check, yeah.
And that's just full fray, right?
That's full fray, yeah.
Okay. 22 out of 65.
All right, yeah, you get out of the way. So you punch her, and then you hear like a shink as her claws come out, and you see her coming at you, and you just sort of push and spin off, and you get out of the way as her claws go whizzing through the air. You got a crit success, so is there an extra benefit? I'll say you can get if you're going melee again, you can get a +10 on your next roll because you're kind of like putting yourself in an advantageous position.
Okay. And that doesn't include the +20 from before. That was just a one-time bonus.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
right.
Plus you're never going to get through her armor.
You get a +20 on your next attack.
I do have one more point of vigor, but yeah, that's.
You could also try to disarm one of these other guys, if you wanted to. And Steve, what are you doing?
Okay, I'll pitch two things to you. Can I either use deceive to get one of the guys in a like feint, not like literally feint, but do a feint to get them into a position where Amal can hit them more easily, or can I use no neuroscience to send Najal like a video that would be very disruptive in their AR, something like that?
If you wanted to get him in an advantageous position, that would have to be free fall because you're maneuvering in 0G.
Okay.
I would say you could use that neuroscience to send them all a video, though.
Okay, I'll do the neuroscience thing.
Niall, not Amal.
Niall.
Yeah.
So 38 out of 80.
Okay, so I'll say you get a +10 to your roll, Eric, because this is going to be like it's a really calibrated to be disruptive video.
Okay. It's the video of that what do you call it? You know that song Chris always plays? With the cowboys, they're going, yeah.
I don't. Thank God.
It's called Big Enough. Google it.
There we go. Yeah.
No thanks.
All right, Chad, you're up.
All right. So as a quick action, I pop out another limb with a pistol at the end of it.
Okay.
And kind of hold it out there. So I don't know if Svafa can grab it later. I am going to attack the same one that I shot before.
Okay.
With a full burst. For +10 or plus 1d10 damage.
Okay.
God damn it! I got an 84, so that's above my somatics. I'll flip it. Get a 48.
Okay, let me roll his fray. What'd you get?
48.
All right, that beats him. So roll for damage.
So should I add the D6? I'll add a D6 for the superior success.
Yes, and plus the 1d10.
Plus 1d10. I'm just blasting this guy. That's pretty good. 15, 22 damage.
22 damage. You take him out.
All right.
Damn.
Yeah, you just right between the eyes, and you watch as bits of brain and he was in a pod, so his like metal bits of skull just start floating around and clouding up the room. Well, that thug's not doing anything.
So as a, I'm going to spend a point of vigor at the end of the round. I want to rush forward, and can I rush forward and use grab his assault rifle?
Sure, but that goes at the end.
Yeah.
But yes, you can definitely do that. So the other one is going to continue to shoot at Chi. So you can dodge.
If he wants to.
If you want to. I'm not going to force you.
If you want to.
Sorry, did you say something to me? My audio went out for a second.
Yes, you're being shot, so you can dodge.
Okay. No, I do not want to.
Oh, well.
I can take it.
I'm Brian Long.
48 out of 30.
All right, so you get hits.
Damn it.
That's a much better damage roll. So 16 minus your 10, so you take 6 damage this time.
Okay.
What's your wound threshold?
Wound threshold is 7. I have to take those all at the same time, right?
Yeah, so you're good.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you've been shot. It hurts like hell.
Yeah.
I chose the right guy to distract.
Oh.
This guy's hitting all over the place.
Yeah. Okay. Now it's Mariposa's turn, and she's pissed off
He's passing.
because she's getting hit. So she whips out her shredder pistol and is going to shoot you, Ryan.
Okay.
So you can make fray at half.
All right. Let's see. That's 33. And that's a 65. So, no, I
Okay.
did not make it.
Flip it.
Yeah. I'm going to spend 2 points of vigor and flip it twice.
Ooh.
Okay. How much kinetic armor do you have?
90.
Where does that...
It's towards the top of the sheets.
It's over 9,000.
Damn.
No, it's not. It's under your character sheet. You have 10 kinetic armor. No, wait, you're not Chi.
No, yeah, I have 10.
You do. Okay.
Yeah.
So they got. I have to math. That's 12 plus 6. So they got 18 minus 10. So you take 8 damage.
Okay.
As
That's a wound.
as monofilament crystals just go shooting into you. Yeah, so you take a wound. So that's minus 10. You can spend a point of vigor to ignore the effects of that wound for 24 hours.
And I guess I will do that.
Are medicines not a thing anymore?
I don't know. None of the characters have them, so I don't know. I don't have like a full gear list.
Yeah, it's just a quick start now.
Yeah. Anyway, still, ow, ow, ow.
All right.
But Eric, you're up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'd like to project that video into his head.
All right, make another infosec check with a plus 10.
Ooh. 16 out of 90.
Okay. Oh shit. Sorry, I just got a thing from work. Yeah. So you 16 out of 90.
Yeah.
So he's gonna have minus 10 to all his stuff as this really annoying video just like pops up all over the place.
He's just staring in one direction. Hey!
All right, Ryan and Steve.
So she just shot me. I
Yes.
don't appreciate that. Am I close enough to a mall that I could grab that gun?
Yeah, sure.
All right. In that case, I'm gonna grab the pistol and I'm gonna
All right.
full auto her into her.
For damage or to hit?
Let's see. To hit.
Okay, so that's plus 20 to hit.
Great.
She rolls to fray.
That is 65 out of 65.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that's a double superior. No, it's a single because you have to be 66.
Extra d6.
Yep. So you get 2d10 plus 1d6.
Okay.
And does that have armor piercing? I don't have it in front of me.
Yes, it does.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So that is a 12.
12. Okay. So that'd be 3. Okay. She is not happy.
Or living.
No, she's alive. Steve, what you doing?
So I can check
Do they still have that thing where you can like use one skill to aid another one if you connect them?
What do you want to do?
So I want to do the thing where I screw with them in order to set them up for a better shot using the free fall. But I was hoping to add like a plus 10 with my deceive, but if not, it's fine.
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
All right, so I've got a 55 and I'll roll a 26.
Okay. So whoever attacks them next gets a plus 10. And then, Chad, you're using your extra action to grab the dead guy's assault rifle?
Yep.
All right, you do. And now it's your turn at the top of the round.
Right. Is it an assault rifle railgun?
It is just an assault rifle.
Okay, what's the damage on that?
2d10 plus 2.
Okay.
But a single burst and full auto.
All right. I will attack the other thug.
Okay, and you got a plus 10. And they get to fray with a minus 10 on top of their penalty.
All right. So out of 80, I get a 57.
Okay, they succeeded their fray check, but you did much better. They got a 5 out of 10. So roll for damage.
57, that's plus 1d6.
Yes.
And I should have full autoed on that one. 11 damage.
11. Okay. So they go. Okay. He's also not happy.
I'm going to spend another point of vigor to take another attack at the end of the round.
Okay. He goes first. He's going to wheel around and try to shoot you, Chad.
Okay.
But he is hurt and still has a whole bunch of pop-ups. So don't even bother dodging because he misses.
Awesome.
Then Mariposa is going to shoot back at you, Ryan.
Okay, I'm gonna fray. That is a no. That is a 40 out of 33.
Well, she missed too.
Okay.
So you dodge out of her miss. Eric, you up.
What else can I do to this guy?
You could try to mess with the room.
Can I try and mess with Mariposa? That's probably very hard.
No, you could try to mess with her too.
Okay, I'll try and mess with her.
Yeah, so make an infosec check.
I'm in too many Discord servers. 72 out of 80.
Okay. So she is aware that you're there and trying to do it. So it's going to be, or her muses anyway. So it's going to be minus 10 to your next roll. So You can try to hack her, but her muse is actively countermeasuring you.
I figured that would be something like that.
Yeah. Ryan and Steve, you're up.
All right. Is there any way that I can disarm her with a well-placed shot? Like, can I aim for her wrist or her hand? And
Yes. I'll say -10. They don't have aiming rules in here, so
right.
I'll just say -10. And if you manage to get past her armor and do physical damage, well, if you hit her, she will make a Psalm ×3 check, and if she fails, she'll drop the gun. Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna go full auto to hit again.
Okay.
So it's at a 55. Let's see how I do. I got a 10.
All right. She does not fray. So roll damage, and she is.
So, according to page 9, a called shot is -10.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then is he point blank? Because that would be a +10 for being point blank. So they're
not quite.
Okay.
All right. So that is an 11 damage.
11. So she makes her Psalm check. So you still do your damage, but she holds on to the gun.
Okay.
Right. Okay. However, she looks around, and you shoot her, and she holds on to it. She goes, "All right, fuck!" And she drops it. Fucking stop! So Steve, you're up too.
So she's dropping her gun?
Yeah, she lets it go and it starts spinning across the room.
I
she tells the other guy,
I pick it out
fucking
of the air.
Stand down!
I cover them both.
It's not fucking worth dying over. Jesus.
Yeah, tell me about it. Now, what the fuck do you know?
I don't know shit. You never saw me.
Well, then what the fuck do you know about what's going on in the station?
Some weird shit happens sometimes. There's something's going on. A lot of the locals think that Fajing has some kind of transmitter to mess with people's minds and cause strange dreams, but that's bullshit. But we get enough people here in the clinic to know that something's wrong. And I know that Eve helps people with psychosurgery, and sometimes it works.
Yeah, your mesh is fucked.
What?
Someone's hacking into pretty much everyone who logs onto the mesh and trying to put backdoors in them.
No, that's probably Eve's boy Best trying to keep tabs on you. Well, look, after you never showed up, we arranged a meet, and you just never showed. So we checked your room. I found some clothes if you want, and then sold them. There was no case there. That's all I was looking for.
All right. Can I roll like kinesics?
Yeah, sure.
Does anybody have higher kinesics than me? I've got 60.
I've got 70. I'll
do it.
I've got 0.
Crit success, 33 out of 70.
All right. Yeah, she's telling the truth. They arranged a meeting. She never showed up, and then they ransacked what little was in his hotel, his capsule hotel. She tells you she got some clothes, some tools, and a few personal effects, which she sold. Nothing too valuable, and no case, which you guys know where it is, so that's why.
All right, I'll make you a deal. You give us the nano bandages we need to patch ourselves up after this stupid ass fight, and maybe we'll tell you where you can find your payment.
All right, yeah, that's fine. Bring in Ming. And the guard who's left nods and floats out, clutching his bleeding arm. And a minute later, a guy with a medical bag comes in. And, oh, Jesus Christ! Who's
I
hurt?
pointed the dead one. I pointed the dead one and said, "Don't worry about that one."
Yeah, I figured. So who got hurt?
I did.
All right. So he slaps a nano bandage on you, and you heal 7 hit points.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I took 7.
So
All
that's a wound level for me. Do I?
Yes, you can erase the wound.
Okay.
And he slaps a nano bandage on Steve, and you heal 6.
Okay.
Look, I don't know what's going on. If you're looking for you, it's either Fa Jing or Eve and his boys.
All right. So the drop location that we had, is that at like a firewall secret spot, or is that just something she?
No, it's you can tell her where it is. There's nothing left there besides her thing.
Yeah, that's the only thing we left there. So yeah, I'll give her the location of the.
He just stashed it in a tunnel, I imagine.
Of the spot, yeah.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Now maybe the next time we meet, you'll come a little bit nicer.
Well, if you had my payment to begin with, you could have just brought it with you, and we would have avoided all this unpleasantness.
Yes, well, we didn't know exactly what's going on here.
Yeah.
I guess I'll retract out of her trying to hack her, since I don't think I need to anymore.
Yeah, her muse is like still pushing you out, but if you stop, that's fine.
I stop, give it a wave, and leave.
Okay. So it's getting late here.
Yeah.
I didn't expect this to go so long. Do you guys want to pause, call it here?
Yeah, let's.
And we'll pick it up next
Come
time.
back next month.
Sure. I'm good with that.
All right. So basically, you got to go either chase down Fa Jing or Eve and his crew. So what do you guys think so far, and what do you think of Second Ed?
I'm not sold on Second Ed, but I like the scenario.
Yeah, it's an interesting scenario.
Yeah. No, I like the simplification of the skill system.
The skills, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I definitely like the simplification of the skills.
The pools are getting a little getting used to.
I feel like they simplified the skills, and then they felt like they needed to complexify the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really don't like the pools. I don't like the 33-66 superior, double superior success.
Yeah.
Like, that's just...
I think
They added too much back in once they, you want to simplify your system, then simplify it, but then...
Yeah.
I actually kind of like the way the pools play. It's a great workaround for having to redo all of the math on your character sheet when you change morphs. Which if you didn't have a spreadsheet or the Singularity software, would have been a huge pain in the ass.
See, I don't know if the pools are going to solve that problem.
Will they?
I mean, these sheets are simplified, but it's still your skills still take into account your stats and then your morph bonuses and your.
Do they? I thought that was the whole point of the pools. Is you get different pools based on which morph you're in, and that it emphasizes.
Oh, is that it?
Skills. Yeah.
Maybe it is. Okay.
Oh, okay. Is that what sets the pools?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. I
So
do like
you just
like the pools.
Good.
Yeah, the like mine. I've got 4 points in vigor. I'm good at combat and that kind of thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I've only got 1 point in vigor because I'm in a Futura. So
yeah. I think it just takes a little getting used to.
Yeah, it definitely does. I'll have to see it again and when we get the full book.
I've played a lot of Cypher System before, and the pools kind of remind me of Gumshoe a little bit, but they also remind me of the strength, intelligence, and I forget. I think it's charm pools that you get in Cypher System with the same kind of refresh recharge rules.
Yeah.
So allow me to play devil's advocate on simplifying the skills. So like, it's cool that there are less skills, but that also means that you get less points to spend in the skills, which means that my character is not good at any type of fighting. Whereas in the old system, because there are so many skills, they gave you more points, I feel like. And I was always able at least to buy up one type of physical skill. Either fray, gun, something.
These are also pre-gens, and one thing I will say is that Eclipse Phase pre-gens are notoriously bad. Like they
super specialized.
Yeah, they're super specialized, and like if you're not in the combat morph, then they just don't give you combat skills. Like,
yeah, if you got a few points and put them into guns, then you'd be okay with guns.
Yeah, but I feel like they're like so. Well, I guess the medicine. Yeah, they gave me all kinds of medicine, which would tap into which is probably where all my guns type of skills fell through.
I've got no interface whatsoever, which means that I'm like virtually helpless in a society where everything runs on tech.
Yeah, good luck opening a door.
Right.
You're a science detective who doesn't know how to use a computer.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I have 70 points in detective procedures and 50 points in knowledge sci-fi literature.
And don't forget that methane hydrography skill you have.
Right. Well, I'm a doctor. I'm a postdoc, so I know those things.
Well, those are all like knowledge skills, though, right?
Yeah,
which are like separate pools.
Yeah,
so I understand that.
It's almost like background.
Yeah.
Like mine is.
I mean, the knowledge pools are good, which I like that they did in the last one too. Like it diversifies your character, so like you have these knowledges of things like Eric. I'm just looking at Eric's as Corvid mythology and uplift rights knowledges, and like cryptography. Like those help flesh out your character.
Corvid mythology is pretty useless.
Yes, it is.
Well, it's one of the most useless skills I've ever heard.
Well, I mean,
check out Amal.
Amal has Martian Nomad top.
That's a good one.
Okay. And neo Sufi physiology or philosophy.
Philosophy. I mean, that could be useful. Like, if we're doing like a campaign on Mars and you're talking with nomads, like that could be useful. But
you could blend in with the movement pretty easily.
Yes, it's very.
Like compared to mine though, those are way too specific. Mine are knowledge art scene. Come on, like that's way more broad than knowledge of a certain type of planet's nomadic people's pop.
Yeah,
yes, it is.
Knowledge skills are just real background specific.
Yeah,
they're a little too all over the place. But
I also have hardware nautical and pilot nautical because my
you're a boat captain.
My postdoc work was on the methane lakes on Titan, so obviously I'm a methane sailor.
Okay.
Also, Enceladus has an underground ocean, so you could be a submarine pilot if you were to go there, which is another moon of Saturn.
That would be kind of useful.
I guess that's what the methane hydrography skill is.
Yeah, but they are based on. I know Amir is based on Amal is based on Amir from the original series. Svafa is based on one of the short stories in one of the books.
Yeah,
they're all like tied into something in the
Eclipse Phase lore.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to get a hold of the full book and try to make a character and see if I could make one that wasn't broken.
Yeah, definitely. I think they went more for the life path too. Like that's the standard character creation.
Mm-hmm. I mean that makes sense because the original character generation was just like a slog.
Yeah. Yeah, they just sent out a Kickstarter notification while we were recording this too. I don't know what it was.
I'm definitely going to pick up the 2.0 rules book.
I mean, I already did.
Yeah, I backed the Kickstarter as well. I just haven't been like following the playtest on the forums and stuff.
Yeah, neither have I.
For some reason, that Kickstarter was not on my radar. I didn't hear about it, so I did not back it.
Well, hopefully the
Just
book
every
does.
other stinking Kickstarter in the world, which is why I'm always broke.
Yeah.
Okay, so
All right.
well, I'm glad you guys were liking it. Hopefully, maybe there'll be some errata changes or something we can throw in for next time. But that's it, and we'll pick this up next time. Any last will thoughts from anyone?
Shock gloves are good to have.